Definitely no one is hungover for this episode. And there was definitely no sort of party last night.
It was pretty lit, though.
It was indeed lit. And I was asking for it, so... anyway, welcome, everybody, to this hungover episode of Welcome to the Bone Era.
Woo!
So, last time on Welcome to the Bone Era, you shopped. Anyway.
Barbie Dreamhouse episode.
It was a Barbie Dreamhouse episode.
But hey, we got a bunch of armor that actually, like, I got a armor class that's pretty high now. So
all of you have real armor classes. And some good weapons and stuff.
Upgrade.
Yeah. Win has a sword that's real good. That doesn't
add it to the collection.
Kill you when you use it. And stuff. But yeah, you basically went to Omniasari after getting a huge reward from Cinderstorm, and then you shopped, and it was good. Then you got a notification that your trial was coming up at midday noon time, or midday hell time. Which you didn't know what that was. So you decided to head off to Malbolge. I should let's play some Malbolge music.
And just to remind my brain, do we have a copy of the contract?
Yes.
The updated contract.
Yes.
Well, you have the amendment as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So
That's what I wanted to make sure is we have that copy.
Yeah, we have two pieces of paper with the copy and the amendment.
You don't have the original, but that'll be pulled out at the trial. But you arrived in Malbolge on the sort of entrance balcony, and you went inside and saw Ich, the not Spine Devil, the Barbed Devil, who runs the intake for Malbolge, basically, for visitors and stuff. Went through his ledger and said that your trial is in an hour.
Right.
Or at least it's the begin gathering is in an hour. And you don't know exactly where the place is, except that Ik gave you some directions, which were very quickly fired off at you. Lots of left and right turns and things. The specifics are not necessary for our playing of this game, but the
point of it is it was
the point
vague
is
and
it was
unhelpful.
vague and fast, and yes.
And we have like a Candyland map.
And you have a sort of theme park map that's not very helpful. So, Bone Era, you are in hell. The temperature is extremely warm, and you hear these rocks crashing down, and the screams of many tortured souls who are hanging in these cages off of the many pathways of Malbolge. If you remember the cool little drawing I did, they have these the roads over top this endless mountain. But you are currently sort of in Yich's office. And I assume you will want to try and find your way to the courthouse.
Yeah,
No,
we
but-
only have an hour, right?
Maybe we'll go.
Do we want to?
I'm just gonna.
Do we want to disguise ourselves like we did last time in the house?
No,
Do you want
I
me
don't
to
think that's
seeming now?
necessary.
I
this
think we
time.
gotta hustle. I think
Okay.
we
Okay.
just need to start hustling,
Gotcha.
and then we'll be fine.
We're expected, so I just wanted.
I mean,
Every
we could
day
have
I'm-
like a little emotional support mustache, maybe, but
Do you really need that?
no,
I mean, I'll give it to you if you want.
kind of.
Okay, then I'll tap the fifth level
Use your
spell.
5th level spell.
What kind of
Kidding, I
what
don't
what
need
would you
it.
like this time?
I don't need it.
Well, you're getting the Yosemite Sam. That's what you get. So
I'm a cowboy, baby.
and I'll be a
I
foot
wanna
taller.
be a cowboy.
Nala makes herself a
baby.
foot taller and gives Kieran a
It's all about
mustache.
confidence.
like fucking Burt Reynolds.
Yes.
You want me on a bear rug?
But you exit Yich's office onto this sort of one of these roads, and you are given some interesting looks by passerby devils. You see some spined ones flying around; those are the spiky ones that fly. You see various barbed devils and bone devils and chain devils and ice devils, and there are just so many devils in Malbolge going about their business. Whether that's there's a couple of like market carts on this road that seem to be selling like eyeballs and like spines.
Any like
When do you want
jalapeno
another eyeball?
poppers or
Not yet.
You probably make good money on.
I like the one that I
I
got.
guess they don't do
they
money.
deep fry the eyeballs in like lava or something.
Although maybe we could buy a spine for trust at some point.
If you ever wanted to sell your
This is a
refined
metaphor.
souls, this is where to go.
And yes, this like market salesperson is like, get your deep fried eyeballs and wrap it in a good crunchy spine, and that
Foul.
sort of thing.
I might
It's-
have to
it's
try
like
it
the
one,
monkey tail
One
of
day I'll have to
Malbolge.
try it. Who knows?
no? That spine had a family. Maybe.
It
Are
belonged
these
to somebody.
spines humanely killed?
100.
Probably not. Yeah.
No, not
humanly
at all.
sourced.
It actually says
mean,
inhumanely killed on the cart.
Humanely sourced,
Are there
do
any
you mean
pecides
sourced
on
from
this spine?
humans? Because
Yeah,
if so,
humanely sourced.
probably yes.
Yes,
Humanly
They've got
100%.
various spines. They've got the humanoid spines, and that's also sort of it's. They become sort of a crunchy sort of. They wrap them up after they fry them
Like
into
bacon?
sort of
They're bacon.
Nice.
And you see
Like watercress.
this huge minotaur is over there, like looking really intently and deciding what spine he wants. And he like points at the one really large one and says, "Hey, I think that's Bill's." As you pass by,
Nice.
I'll take that one.
Horrifying.
Um,
Great. Awesome. Cool. Glad this is where
It's a
we
way
are
to keep
spending
the
our
memory alive.
Minotaur.
In my stomach. How do you
I
defeat
was
a
such 50 seconds into hell, and I've already remembered why I hated it.
But you
nice
begin
and toasty,
walking,
though.
and I'm just gonna have everybody here make an intelligence check just to see
Oh,
if they can
fun.
remember the directions.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
Hungover. I rolled a 10.
Hey!
I rolled a
That's not
10
bad.
in the way that it looked.
18.
It looked like a 0 with a line under it, and I was like, "That's weird."
That's not
straight
supposed to be a number.
It's a
on-
10.
My hangover intelligence has a
It's a
penalty
12.
of 5.
I got an 18.
21.
Nice.
9.
12.
14.
Not
14.
0.
Wait, with an intelligence check?
Yeah, it's just straight.
Oh, just intelligence.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't. It's
straight
not a
intelligence.
skill I'm
Not a-
proficient in.
Yeah.
I'm not proficient in.
In
Good at other
intelligence.
things. I'm fine at intelligence,
Yeah,
but
since Lilia is sort of leading the charge as lawyer and whatnot here anyway, her and Wynn really
Do I
like
get a
Wynn
mustache
remembers
bonus?
like the first half really clearly. But Lilia, you've got it down. You like quickly took notes or something very quick, and made sure to remember all of the extremely fast directions.
Sweet, sweet actor's memory.
That's right.
Which
yeah.
Tess does not have today.
But you make your left turns and right turns each time you pass into one of the large sort of tower sections here in Malbolge. You are presented with the 3 doors with various symbols on top of them each time, because each of these
Right.
towers,
We
if
had
you
to, like, get a
remember,
map last time.
has
A symbol.
4 doors, and each door has a symbol over top, because the roads are very convoluted and don't quite make sense or work the way that it looks like they should. Also, in each of these sort of rooms is piled high with cages. And in said cages are many lemures, which are sort of disgusting, lowly devils. They barely even count as devils, actually. They're sort of mushy
Sacks of skin.
sacks of flesh.
Gross.
I am a little curious. Does it seem like they're, just as we're like hustling about, does it seem like there are like less inhabitants of hell than would be expected, considering the amount of time since we've been in hell last?
Good question.
Make like an insight check. I'll give you that.
$32.
Ooh. Is that all?
What happens is you don't like, it's hard to tell, like, because you weren't here last. In various ones of these towers there are, a number of cages, and some of them are empty and some of them aren't. But what you do here, like, you just overhear and look at people's faces. Some of these devils who are like working the cages, they do sort of begin to sort of mutter about a lesser intake lately. Yes, so that is a thing.
Bad time for business, I guess. Wartime.
Well, also more or less is stealing all the souls. But you continue. It takes you, because of remembering the directions and hustling, it takes you half an hour or so to get to the place. And what you discover is it's across a chasm from what you can see is the records office that you remember, and the like house that you stayed in and stuff is all
Just
across
don't look
this
at
large
it.
chasm.
We were never there.
And there's like the main records office where like Glasya and whatnot tend to spend a bunch of time. But on your side, you see this humongous building. This building goes on and on in a way that barely makes sense. It's like embedded in the mountain, and it stacks on top of each other, goes off in left and right, and then really high into the air, with a bunch of varied entrances. But one major front door that's this huge metal door that is currently open, and people are bustling in and out of it. And now it's a very eclectic mix of beings here. It's not only devils, these are humanoids from all over. There's weird elemental beasts who are on trial. I mean, there's everything that has a soul might be on trial here. And you sort of begin stepping up the steps to get into this huge court building. And as you enter, you're greeted by this massive... Right, I figured this out earlier. My brain is only barely working. But you're greeted with this massive... It's like those airport terminals which tell you where the flights are and stuff. But it's like it's got like thousands of court cases going on at once. And it takes you a little bit of time, but you all sort of stand there scanning this massive board to try and find a trial for either
Is
the
it in
Bone Era
common?
or
I say, is
Win.
Kieran the only one that can read it?
It would be in common, yeah.
Okay.
Because this is for everyone.
That's good.
Okay.
And actually, it would flip between various languages. So once it says common, you look at and find your trial in like courtroom 1287B or whatever, in the west wing of the court building. And you all look around and try and find like a map of the building, and there's a big, like you're in a mall or whatever. You are here, marking here, and then the massive number of court rooms.
Wow. All right.
So I guess we should go find our courtroom then, huh?
Yes.
So we go off in the direction.
Yeah.
Great. So you head sort of west in this court building, and this building also has similar doors that help you traverse greater distances. And there's a very helpful like guide on the map that you were looking at to figure out which symbols to go to get to certain areas of the thing. So it's not too difficult to find your way. It is huge, but it's not too difficult to find your way. They evidently don't want people like missing their trials or anything. That would be
A
not
waste of
great.
everyone's time.
Exactly, it wouldn't be very efficient or anything.
It's not lawful enough.
Exactly. It's bureaucracy, but it's relatively efficient. So you step through various doors, and you end up in a relatively isolated part of the court building, wherein there are two sections or two courtrooms on either side. There's whatever number I said A and whatever number I said B. Yours is, of course, B. Standing outside of it, let me open my document.
Wonder what's going on in A.
Someone with better luck than us.
Trial by combat.
Wouldn't say that.
Standing outside of the door to courtroom B here is a rather bookish-looking red-skinned tiefling with like circular glasses and holding sort of a notebook and
And his name is Arthur. No.
Ooh, I didn't actually write down his name.
So it's Arthur.
Like deep red, like Asmodean
All I'm
tiefling.
hearing.
Yeah, you could guess he's an Asmodeus tiefling, yes. Whatever. So he's standing there and he looks up at all of you and goes, yes, you're the Bone Era? Yes, which one of you is Win?
Me.
You are Win, yes. My name is Arthur because that's what it is now.
Why the fuck not?
Love it.
I'm the clerk, who will be doing clerk business for your trial. Now, this isn't exactly a trial. There won't be a jury of any sort, because this is just dealing with the contract terms and figuring out your plea to get out of the contract. But I do have to ask, do you have any exhibits you want to present to the court? Now would be the time.
Yes.
Anything that needs to be applied to the...
Yes, we would like to put, I suppose, when we give those exhibits, do we have to give you each the physical copies at this point in time? Or can we just tell you which exhibits we would like to put forward?
You can hold on to them. I will keep track of.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Then we would like to put in as defendants exhibit A. I would like to put in the amended the contract with the amendment that we were given by Glasya,
Yes. All right.
as well as
Sorry, Glasya?
Sorry, who is the person? This is
Sarah.
task forgetting.
Ricera.
Ricera. Okay.
Yeah.
Given to us by Ricera, as well as the soul jar containing one soul of Cinderstorm.
All right. Thank you. And he makes notes of that and says, all right, so your trial is scheduled to begin in 10 minutes, but it is Glasya herself who will be presiding because she is listed on the contract, so I don't know if she will arrive promptly, given that she is currently in the records office dealing with an issue. So if you would like to take a seat in the room to my left, and he points to another sort of door, and there's like a waiting room, basically. If you, and you can go over any facts or something. Oh, and I meant to ask, obviously, do you have a lawyer, or are you just...
I will be representing the Bone Era today. However,
Right, and you are?
my name is Lilia.
Lawyer. Do you have a last name?
I prefer to not give out my last name.
Okay. Lilia will be...
Smith.
It's just a habit that I've formed.
so you will be
Smith.
representing Win Ashmore and...
At all.
Et al. Great. But yes, if you want to go over your case and all that, the waiting room is there for you. We will call you. The bailiff will come and get you when the trial is set to begin and everybody is prepared. All right?
Wonderful. Would we be able, supposing we have any questions about exactly the structure of the Court of Devils as opposed to, the court up in the mortal realm, would we be able to ask you those questions, or shall we ask the bailiff?
Well, you can ask me now.
Okay,
would be the
wonderful.
time, yes.
Mostly, I just am curious about the structure, to see, traditionally in the mortal realm, I know you already asked for the exhibits. We have witnesses. There's a jury. Is that the same sort of thing that happens here?
It is if it's a different sort of a criminal trial would have a
Right.
jury. This is since it's a contract litigation, basically. It will be the judge who will be Glasya in this case.
Oh, so the judge can be the same person that originally initiated the contract.
In Glasya's realm, yes, in this case. And Racera should be joining us, and she is, I believe, listed as the intermediary.
Okay.
She should be joining us soon. And there is a bailiff and myself, the clerk, and the stenographer. But it's it will be a small sort of thing.
Wonderful.
Great. There are refreshments, etc. in the waiting room, so take your time. I need to go prepare.
Thank
Do
you.
you still need persuasion gum? Do you
I don't
have what I
think
gave
so.
you?
I think I'm fine with the persuasion gum. I also just don't think that there's going to be a sly moment where I
No.
can chew it for a minute and persuade somebody, but I appreciate the thought. I have some on me.
Pop it in right before we go.
Right, but
inside.
it's only a minute though.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Fair.
I don't think there's going to be enough time within the minute of a court proceeding in order to.
You never know.
But Arthur leaves you, and there is the waiting room presented for you.
I'm gonna be thrilled the whole time.
Do you head in?
So what's the waiting room look like?
Okay. The waiting room has sort of a table in the center, and some chairs in the room, as well as a table on the side, which seems to have a big thing of like water. Which you're almost surprised to see.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
and some
not like
varied
It's imported.
varied refreshments, including these little sort of mints that are shaped with like devils. They smell like mints anyway. You're not sure what exactly they are.
Spicy
Who wants
mint.
to try one?
And there is some these little vials of something. It seems to be some sort of bluish liquid. Not sure what that is.
Nope.
And there is a basket of deep fried eyeballs.
I'll just drink from my water skin for now.
While we're in the waiting room, I'm going to pour over the contract and the amendment. And I'll also call over Kieran. I don't know if you would mind help. Oh, look, it's legible. I don't know if you I don't know if you would mind helping me look over this. I just want to be double sure that there are no loopholes that they might try to weasel us into, particularly with the amendment.
Or whatever
Yeah.
a reason is. Because I was going over it, and it was like pretty much any reason you give them to be pissed off at you, they can just end your life.
Great.
Well, your
or
life.
my life
Your life.
specifically.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I just want to be sure that we haven't missed any loopholes. I mean, obviously we're going to be polite individuals and we're going to hold our tongues.
I'm a scholarly man. I will read.
And I'm also going to read over it.
Give me 1 second.
I help read.
Just wanted another set of intelligent eyes.
Kieran,
So
the
this
help.
is
Intelligent
obviously
eye.
the contract itself. If you actually want to read over it, I can like email it to you or something.
Yes.
Boom. The amendment, though, doesn't have a specific. I never wrote that up.
Okay. I just wanted to. Basically, what I'm looking for is any language in it that would suggest that Resera creating amendment could be overruled by Glasya.
Right. So the amendment specifically states that as an amendment to the contract, Win et al. Will be free of duties, which are specifically.
Duties.
Which are specifically Section 3 here of the contract. The adjacents are under no specific obligation, so that's all of you. So Win is the only one. Duties of the damned include but are not limited to these things. Duties must be performed within the time given by the intermediary. Refusal or failure to perform the duties will create a reason. So the amendment basically voids this a little bit for
whatever.
until the hells are safe from more loss. And since that
And we were
wording
gone for
is
2
relatively vague, yes, and you were gone for 2 years.
Right.
I thought we struck this after the time jump.
No, so
I
also
don't
there was
remember.
an additional
No,
part of the
it was
amendment
before. It was
that maybe this
before.
isn't the amendment, but maybe this is.
Yeah, because you were still able to walk around our column.
Oh,
Yeah. So the arrangement, though, that we made of we can exchange our souls for a soul of equal or greater value.
That is pursuant to standard contracts of Glasya. Glasya may accept payment of souls of slightly greater value than the damned and the adjacent to break this contract. Glasya has the final say as to whether this will be allowed.
So that's already in the original
We got
contract.
that list from Resera, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's the part that and the thing that gives me pause is that Glasya is the one who made the contract, and she will also be the judge and juror for the contract. Yeah. Which is a very clear a conflict of interest.
It's hell. It doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, I understand that, but that's what gives me pause about this.
They did say that they really want Cinderstorm.
Yeah.
Soul. So.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
So the only thing that we're going to have to probably dodge around is the fact that we were gone for 2 years, which was, I mean, honestly, if we want to take that up with anybody, that is something we can probably say to take up with Trust and Fear.
Do you think he'll be there?
I don't
Possibly.
think Trust will be here.
I don't know.
Because he
I think
he
he's
got us that
terrified of
amendment.
his ex-wife.
He got us that amendment.
But I think getting stuck in the Fey realm for 2 years, we can definitely be like, that was...
I think if it comes up.
Yeah.
but-
Do you
I mean,
think
I'm not
they'd
going to
say
bring
that
it
we
up.
didn't uphold the contract because we were gone for 2 years? Is
Yes.
that what you're thinking? Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Or at least they are going to try to say that we are in some sort of contempt of this contract and of the amendment because of the time that we
I
were
think
gone.
they would have told us already.
I mean, didn't they kind of win when we
Yeah,
got back?
when we got back, they said basically that they had been spending those 2 years trying to undo the amendment or find a way to legally undo it. And so I guess that's what this proceeding will largely be about.
So that's the main thing. That we're
And
going to
since
have
the
to keep in
amendment
mind.
was in the first place Trust trying to get back with Glasya, I would be not surprised if he actually does turn up.
I mean, I guess we'll see, but he wasn't mentioned by Arthur, so
No.
as
He'll
being one of
just
the people of proceedings of
burst
the
in
room.
like a courtroom drama. Say, I object.
If he does, I will scream. And after saying that, oh god.
Okay.
I wonder if we'll be able to witness the punishment of Cinderstorm. 'Cause
I would like that.
That'd be nice.
Apparently, it's going to be a big thing for the Hells. Everyone wants to see this individual get demoted.
Nobody liked this guy, huh?
And just to make sure, patting myself, I still have the soul jar.
You
Correct?
do.
Okay.
Yeah, you have the soul jar.
Like, moving like
Nothing
fucking
happened
crazy.
to it.
It's like, oh, fuck, I'm in hell. Fuck.
It's like when you're missing that like one very piece of important paperwork.
Yeah.
Let me out. I'll help you kill him.
After about 10 minutes, you look at the clock on the wall, which is has 6 handles for some reason, and it's very difficult to read.
Can I briefly retcon something?
Sure.
Because I didn't realize that the amendment was for specifically about the duties that we had. I thought the amendment included the soul of equal or greater value. Can I also submit the list of names that we were given
Yes,
as an exhibit?
we can have that.
Okay,
You
great,
submitted
thank
them.
Yeah, I thought that was all part of the amendment. So just making sure
No, that was all
Yeah.
part of the original contract. Yeah.
Great. Yeah. So just submitting the list of names from Rosera.
Okay. After about 10 minutes, and you're trying to decipher the clock, the door opens, and the tall, extra figure of Rosera enters.
She is extra.
Her tail flailing back and forth, and she enters and closes the door. You've made it then. Congratulations. Welcome to hell.
Thanks.
Can't say it's glad to be here, but here we
That's fair. Apparently you have the soul and everything.
Yes.
Well, let's hope it works for your sake, I suppose. And if I don't have to constantly pay attention to what you're doing, that would be great. So I have a little bit of stake in this trial, but we'll see what my mother says.
Is she a fair judge?
I mean, she believes in the same lawful rules as every other devil. And she has presided over Malbolge and trials such as this for a long time. I would say just go in with some... If she denies initially, don't accept that as losing. And make your case as far as why it would be good for her to let you out of the contract. That's all I can really say.
I don't know if this question has been answered, and it also doesn't really matter. But when we were in the Feywilds, were we if she was keeping an eye on Wynn, was it slow-mo? Because it was only a few days for us, but it was 2 years. So was it
It did get a little odd.
we are fighting?
It's actually more like you all vanished for some time. And you were hard to keep track of.
from reality. Yeah.
For yes, because the time moves like normal time in the Feywild. It's when you exit and cross between the realms that you sort of got lost in the void there.
Have you been able to visit the Feywilds to visit your father?
I don't want to visit my father.
Oh.
That's fair.
Entirely fair.
I don't like him.
Understandable.
Yeah. No, he's a bit of a... Well, I was going to...
There's a
Kind
reason
of a
I stay in
tit.
hell.
He has a specific amount of charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent.
Yes.
That was a very specific set of descriptors. Very.
Yes.
But accurate.
Very precise. Anyway, not sure what's taking her so long, so... Have you tried one of these mints?
No, I'm going to save having any food for potentially after the trial.
They're good.
Good
All
to
right.
know.
I would avoid the eyeballs.
Thanks.
I will try a
planning
mint.
on it
I'm
anyway.
kind of curious. I want to try a mint.
I mean, it's good seasoning. I just don't know how your normal humanoid stomachs would handle it, to be honest. I'm sure it's fine.
I mean, we eat eyeballs of other things.
That's true.
Like people sometimes eat fish with a whole head.
That's
Ugh.
I don't, but others do. Some people eat sheep's
eat a mint?
eyes.
Sure, I'll try a mint.
Oh, man.
You want to try a mint?
Sure.
Okay, you unwrap the mint, put it in your mouth, and it immediately starts burning.
Oh, God.
Like it's so much mintiness that it hurts.
Oh God,
Um,
that's the worst.
Just make a con save.
Oh God. Lord. Okay.
It's fine.
Now we don't have to worry about keeping Wynn quiet.
Okay. 22.
22. You power through it, and eventually, it's like eating a warhead, where it starts really awful, but then it gets that really nice flavor that they use in those things.
I actually had a hot pickle earlier today,
Yeah.
and it was
That
nice.
sounds great.
It was really good.
So it eventually gets good, but the initial is pretty terrifying, and you feel like if you weren't like pretty constitution heavy, you might have taken literal damage from that mint.
I eat a mint.
You know, like when you eat spicy food and it just leaves you exhausted,
Yeah.
just like a little bit. Just
Wynn
all
does like
sniffly and
visibly
gross.
sweat more,
Yeah.
even though it's hot here anyway. But Wynn does like visibly sweat.
I'm good.
And Rosera's like, well, props.
One more thing I want to ask out of character.
Uh-huh.
The amendment does not have any time constraints listed.
It was vague. You managed to vague it out, basically,
great.
until hell was safe
Right.
from a vague threat that you
Right.
convinced
Right.
Rosera
Cool.
that there was.
Just making sure that I'm not incorrect and that there was no time constraint listed on how quickly we had to get rid of Morlos.
Yeah. But another, 10 minutes go by. Sort of sitting there. Rosera looks at the clock. Looks around. She actually goes over and, pokes her head out. Just stay here for just a second. I'm going to go see what's up.
I
Do we
we're
need
in
to
the
go
right
over
room.
there?
Glasya. Well, because
We're in
she's
the right room,
She's
right?
in the records office. Yeah, no, Rosera's here. We're in the right room. She's dealing with something in the records office, and I hope it's not fucking with our contract. I know that I wouldn't be able to insight that at this point, but
Well, Rosera doesn't seem to know what's going on anyway.
Yeah.
So she asks you to wait, and leaves the room.
what if they've lost it?
Did we see the?
we have a copy.
Did we
then
see
we-
the house with the blue roof?
Yeah, you did.
Doesn't exist.
I mean,
No, you're
Did I
that time we
passively
went in
notice,
there and
a
burned all those
poster
contracts.
on it, like
Ours wasn't
new
in
lodging,
there. Yeah.
like eviction, anything like
You
that?
were way too far away.
too
That
far
was
away.
across the chasm.
But it looked like it was in good order.
Yeah, I mean, it was a house on that prime real estate
Yeah, I'm thinking about that house.
location. 5 minutes or so pass. And you're just sort of sitting
Getting
there.
anxious.
I'm gonna throw up.
You know who's probably
It's like
more
traffic
anxious?
court, just like,
Cinderstorm. Probably super anxious inside that bottle.
Is he able to?
Is he
know where
aware
he
of his
is?
surroundings?
I doubt it.
Maybe, I don't know.
He doesn't need to eat or drink or anything. So soul.
I wouldn't be surprised if he can tell.
Tap on the
I'm
glass.
in hell. I'm in hell. I'm in hell. I'm in hell. Help
Same.
Me. Help me get out, and I'll help you kill Morlos.
wait, is this
No,
a
get
Cinderstorm? Pull out the bottle.
Nala is assuming.
Give it a
You
little
shake
shake.
it.
Shut the fuck up.
There's no movement or anything from
okay.
the jar. Nala was just having fun.
No, I know. I was just saying that would be very funny if Cinderstorm's like,
Another 5 minutes pass, and eventually the door does open again, and Rosera comes in. So it looks like that there has been some sort of record-breaking thing. A group decided to try and attack the records office.
Today,
Yes, just a little while ago.
we were here.
Yes, it's not you. But thank you for clarifying.
How weird is time
What if our
here?
contract is burned?
Shut the fuck up! Don't say anything.
Oh, it's so hot.
She's like, apparently it's being handled, and Glasya is taking specifically reprimanding / charging them with bad stuff. Yeah.
Oh, so the individuals have been caught?
They have been caught.
Oh, good.
Are they other devils?
There was a group of mostly humanoids, it seems.
Oh.
I'm not sure who they are. I've never seen them before.
that's interesting.
Yeah. But this happens every once in a while. It's just bad timing on our case. So we'll be here for another, half an hour probably before it all starts. So
So this clock.
Like a
Yeah, the
Starbucks
clock.
in the lobby, or
there any,
do
way that
some
we
of these
can figure out who
hands
the people
they
are?
represent the hellish time, and some are like other dimensional time, or
yeah, it's all various sections of hell. You see each of the
Time
line.
zones.
Yeah, it's time zones basically. So there are 9.
Neat.
But we still use sort of standard 24 hours.
standard hell time.
Yeah.
Is there a window or anything that we can see the records office out of, or do we have to go outside?
You'd have to go outside because you're in the west wing of this thing now,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
if you go out into the hallway, there is sort of a window, but it doesn't look the right way.
And this is a different records office.
This is the main
we
records
were in,
office.
correct?
You were in like the subsidiary.
That was a
correct?
secondary thing that
Great.
you trashed. Yeah.
And we're never going to mention that
Mention what?
ever. Exactly.
But another 30 boring minutes pass in this hurry up and wait section of your trial.
Drink some
I'm really
water.
trying to get this is how bureaucracy goes down in this section of the Bone Era.
I'll drink from the water cooler.
It's good water.
Okay, I'll
Clear
refill
water.
my water.
Yeah.
Purified at the source.
We need to figure out who that other group of humans is.
I bet we'll find out sooner.
Well,
rather than
not if
later.
we don't go figure it out.
I wouldn't be.
We'll figure it out after our trial.
Yeah.
Are you suggesting
Hell
we break
gossip.
them out?
No,
Hell gossip.
I'm just curious who they are.
We can get
How
in
many
on the hell
humanoids
gossip.
come running around in hell doing adventure-y shit?
We can probably get in on the hell gossip. Figure out what's what.
The
Is there a
Hossip.
Discord server?
Maybe. I don't know what that is.
But half an hour passes, and eventually a uniformed barbed devil walks in and is like, "All right, everyone. Sorry for the delay. I'm the bailiff. Please follow me. Your trial will begin soon."
Okay.
And he leads you into the courtroom through like a separate door, and you notice that this is a large courtroom. There is a big, like, the judges stand and two sections for if this were a criminal trial, right? There would be defendant and
Fun fact: civil trials can have juries,
yes, it's not this kind.
but not this one.
This is like purely stupid. But when we go in, there's not like a magic like dead zone or anything. I get to have the mustache.
you have the mustache.
Okay.
yes.
Okay, good.
I like to have the full picture in my mind. You know?
You do notice that, like, in the corners of the room, there are like creepy sort of claws with eyeballs, looking in that seem to be, cameras.
No.
Gross.
Hell cameras.
Hate that.
Awesome.
They eat eyeballs.
There's a lot
They
of
stick 'em on
eyeballs
their
going on.
walls.
Yeah.
This might be like the trial of the century. I don't know.
But probably not
Rate
though.
is so high right now.
If the glove does not fit, you must acquit.
But you are led over to your section, the defendant's section, and you are brought 5 chairs. Ricera takes a spot sort of in where the people watching it would sit until she is called upon, basically. And you see that there is a stenographer who's another barb devil who's like, typing away and at nothing because no one's saying anything.
Dot.
He's doing our descriptions.
And the bailiff walks over
Handsome
to
mustachioed
their
cowboy.
section. And the clerk, Arthur, is in another corner, who is taking notes and whatnot, and seems to have put a piece of parchment on the judge's desk, probably listing exhibits and things. And after another minute or two, the bailiff says, "All rise for the Honorable Glasya, presiding over the contract of one Wynne Ashmore, member of the group known as the Bone Era."
Don't forget to button your jacket as you stand up. Sorry, I spent last
Exactly.
week training baby lawyers, so this is very timely
I was about to
for
say,
me.
did you do like research?
No, I do mock trial stuff. So like I
Fantastic.
am
Very
a witness for lawyers who are learning how to do courtroom stuff.
Well, you know more about courtrooms than I do, so this is going to be...
It's our benefit.
Well, it's different than
It's
the human
different
ones.
as hell, yeah.
Yeah. Like I don't know exactly how to put through exhibits or like what will be needed.
Yeah, I don't either. I Googled very briefly about who's all in a courtroom.
Like I have to assume that we're the defendants also. I'm like,
You
we're
are.
not
Yeah.
the plaintiff.
You are the defendants, yes, technically.
Okay.
It's Hell v. the Bone Era.
It is
Will be
indeed.
the bone era.
But it's not really like a trial where everybody's versing. It's just you're bringing something to the attention of. And
Hell
so,
v the boners.
the boners.
No.
Yes.
Glasya, though, soon enters, and this is the first time you have seen this base archdevil. She is glamorous and also extremely tall, and she has these slightly curved horns that jut elegantly from her forehead, and her large form is intimidating. She's tall, but relatively thin, and wearing a one of those just cloth ones that cross and hold the breasts, and then it goes around the back, and so this like dark dress, and her tail flicks back and forth as she surveys the room, eventually nodding to the bailiff and the clerk as she sits down in the massive judge's chair. She waves her hand for everybody to sit, and the bailiff says, "You may all be seated."
Does she seem present, or does she seem like she's thinking of something else?
Ooh.
She's paying attention.
Okay.
She seems, yeah, and she sort of surveys all of you with these extremely severe eyes of hers, and says, "I hear that you have managed to capture one Cinder Storm. If you have that exhibit, please approach the stand and place the jar on the table."
Of course, Your Honor. And I take
Bring
out
forth the ring.
I take out the jar,
the soul.
and she's already said you may approach, so I don't feel like I have to ask the judge if I may approach the bench. But
You have been granted permission.
I will go up to the bench, take out the soul of Cinderstorm in the jar, obviously, and just
Here he is.
Cinderstorm battle part 2. Oh shit! No, and I place the soul in the jar on the stand.
Thank you. Please be seated back at your place. Honestly, I'm impressed with all of you. Cinderstorm was a problem for a long time. He abandoned us and abandoned his position in the Hells to go be with a god. That being said, I have reviewed your contract. Oh yes, your contract. And she snaps her fingers, and bursting in flame from flames in the air next to her comes your contract, and it flits perfectly down onto the table, onto the stand. And reviewing your contract, it does say, I, Glasya, may accept payment of souls of slightly greater value than the damned and the adjacent to break the contract. And while I appreciate the donation of this soul, I'm not sure that this is enough to cover the powerful souls you all have after the adventures you've been on. You have become, well, people of interest to the Hells. And the idea of letting you go and not being able to claim such powerful souls for us is really, well, not on. But if you have anything to say in your case, now is the time to make said case.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes.
When we presented an exhibit to Arthur upon coming in, and that was the list of names that we were last given by Rosera as souls that would be of equal or greater value to the Bone Eras. Since we received that, we have received no other documentation from the Hells dictating that these souls would not be sufficient in exchange for our own.
May I see this list?
Yes.
And it's brought. She's like, well, this is not my list. I provided no official list of what would work. And Rosera sort of scratches her head and makes a face and goes, "Yeah, sorry, guys.
Shit!
I gave my best guess on similar cases. Remember what? Just continue making your case. There's plenty of reasons why they don't."
Well, in addition to being able to take down Cinderstorm and presenting you that soul, we have in addition forwarded the movement for the Hells to start being able to collect souls en masse. Taking down Cinderstorm is one of the big pillars in order to take down Morlos. And
Explain.
so not only taking down Cinderstorm in order to take down Morlos.
How does that help?
It helps because Cinderstorm was one of Morlos's pinnacle lieutenants, and was given immense power from Morlos, power that actually keeps Morlos alive and as powerful as he is. Now
What- I apologize. What is this power?
specifically, can I do an insight check real quick on how much I should divulge?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes.
Oh, I need to get her stat block up. One sec.
No, it's fine. Just guess. Probably like plus
We can
one.
just spill the beans. It's fine.
Yeah, plus one. Negative 2.
Check out this picture that they've got of her.
Sick.
Whoa.
Hot.
Look at that tail.
It looks like
Oh my
the
God.
devil statue that was too hot for church, and then they commissioned another one that was even hotter. You know
That
what I'm
was
talking
even
about?
hotter.
Yes.
Do remember that.
Are her dogs in the courtroom or?
No, that is not my Glasya.
adopt a
Doesn't have wings and has curved horns and stuff, but similar.
Right.
Do you 1 second?
Is there like a hell court emotional support dogs?
Okay, what'd you roll?
27.
27. She's incredibly hard to read.
Wow.
Hold on. Also, this is just player knowledge that I know that Lilia has, but I can't remember the specifics. He had the evocation stone.
He did have the evocation
great.
stone.
Morlos granted Cinderstorm massive powers of evocation, and through this is tied Morlos's connection to the powers of evocation as well.
Make a. You're not lying so much, but you're hiding.
Deception?
So I'll give you a persuasion or deception. It's not going to be different for you, I don't think. But
Persuasion.
I am going to.
her insight's not as good as her lying ability, though.
Yeah, no, I still fucked up. I am going to use Tides of Chaos.
Go ahead.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, baby! That's a natural 20.
Oh my god.
For a total of
35?
35. All right. She rolled a
Not a 35.
25.
Not a 35.
So she says,
I am also incredibly hard to read.
"Yes, you are incredibly hard to
I
read."
want like
She
a
doesn't
picture of
notice.
this, like a courtroom illustration.
Yeah, she doesn't like notice that you're hiding anything or not mentioning the stone specifically. So she
Courtroom sketch
accepts. She
commission.
seems to accept that, and says, "Granted him vast powers of evocation, and that was tied to his own powers of evocation. So
Yes.
taking down Cinderstorm has weakened Morlos."
Yes, as it's taken down one of the 5 main tenets of Morlos.
Well, I have noticed over the past couple of years that the number of souls that we have been able to gather has been going down lately.
Yes.
Know you anything about that?
I do, actually. That has also been tied to Morlos's powers.
First-hand experience.
Oh, we have first.
Well,
Yes. Okay, hold on. Sorry, I was on one track and then I got diverted. Yes, it is also tied to Morlos. He has been essentially claiming souls as they die and turning them into his own soldiers.
You said you had first-hand experience?
Yes. Kirin and Nala, if you would like to talk about your experiences
Please
after
do.
death.
I will explain my very brief vision of when I came into.
Yeah, when you came
the
here,
Hells.
so you just noticed.
Flashes of being recruited, flashes of large quantities of individuals walking towards an armary dedicated
Interesting.
towards Morlos.
And you, Mustache Man.
Kieran blushes a little bit.
thank you for noticing.
Like the anime, like the 3 lines.
So I'm gonna start with like my also personal experience, but also because I did like the praying and vision and things like that. I know a little
Yes.
more than Nala does.
You saw
Yeah.
like the people being sword.
Yeah, getting pulled in. So it's been a while, but I
You
described
describe.
the thing that I saw,
And she sort of thinks for a
the
second.
barrier situation.
And turns to Arthur and says, calls him over and whispers something in Arthur's ear. And Arthur says, I will be right back. We must put this on hold for just 5 minutes. We need to call somebody
Fact check.
in who would know, yes, about this. So please hold on tight. We'll be back in a moment.
Char's leg under the table is like
Doing the bouncy thing.
insane.
Lilia
yeah.
is like
Got so
just
much anxiety.
very on the outside, just very calm and collected, and just like
As
yes,
the death expert of
this
the party.
is going well.
So you sit there. Glasya sort of reads over contract and picks up the soul jar and sort of looks at it. Opens it slightly and sort of sniffs.
He just comes out.
Slithers. Great cosmic energy. Itty bitty living
Itty bitty
space.
living space. 5 minutes pass and a...
Like, this is fine.
Oh baby.
5 minutes pass and another devil appears. Chain devil this time, who seems to be whoever the knowledge base is, and he takes sort of the witness stand, even though this is a very odd trial. Glasya asks, or says, after Arthur says, trial may resume, and the bailiff does his thing. Now entering blah 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 devil name.
Arthur. He's also Arthur.
Arthur and Arthur.
It's like Joseph and not Joseph.
Yes, but they're just both Arthur.
It's a very common name. in
The chain devil is introduced as like
John.
Ikalndu Bashiga or something. The
Biggie.
Biggie.
one
Yes.
of the main people who handle intake to the hells. And Glasya says, "You gotta believe that. Please explain, or please. I have been informed by these folks that Morlos has been taking souls before they can get to us. If you can corroborate such a tale, please do." And this devil says, yes, of course. Chains are like wrapping around his face, and it like opens up slightly to show this mouth underneath it. And he says, our intake of souls has been down to only a trickle compared to what it should be. Many of our contracts, though they are specifically in order to get people's souls, some people's terms have come due, and we have been unable to get them to the hells the standard way. We have had to devote many workers to go out and get them specifically and drag them to hell like we used to do many thousands of years ago before we came up with the new structure and the automatic system. Unfortunately, because of the hijacking of the automatic system, it has been very difficult. So, yes, as far as I know, there has been something taking souls before they can get to us. And if it is this Morlos, then that would be bad. And
That's an
Thank you so
understatement.
much.
That would be bad.
It already is bad if that's any
Yeah.
consolation.
It is bad, man.
Thanks,
It is,
Arthur.
it is already
Very bad.
and this devil, Glasya says, "Thank you for the information. I believe I was informed, but there have been a lot of things on my mind lately. So thank you for informing me. You may go." And this chain devil gets up and goes, "All right, well, this took some time out of my day." And he
Sorry
sort
to
of
inconvenience
leaves. The
you,
bailiff,
buddy.
the bailiff guides him out. Glasya says,
He's been dealing
"Well,
with shit at the records office all day.
if this is true, then that is problematic for us. And it seems that even if you died under this contract, our automatic system would not give us your souls like it should be. And I may look poised, but that makes me quite angry.
I would imagine so.
Very angry indeed.
Win, shut the fuck up.
I was doing a Marvin the Martian impression.
Just for funsies, even though you haven't said anything specific now, but because there's new information, please roll the persuasion check for this.
The persuasion check.
That was bad.
Uh-oh.
Can I roll it with advantage because we got first-hand accounts from these guys?
Yes. Thank God.
La.
Much better. That's a 28.
28?
Good job.
We help. I died.
You notice, like, her calm demeanor sort of, there's a bit of fuming now.
Go fry an egg on her head.
Rosera, could you please approach the stand for me? And Rosera sort of approaches and says, yes, mother. I mean, gosh.
Sorry,
Ma'am.
I mean, Your
Mommy?
Highness.
Sorry, no. And Glasya says, I would have hoped to have been informed of such a thing more than
Oh, geez.
I have been. The fact that I had to find out that this problem ran this deep in this case is a failure of communication from someone, and I wish for you to find out who, so that punishments may be doled out appropriately. And Rosera says, of course, I will find out as soon as possible. And then Rosera goes and sort of sits back down because the trial's still going on. And Glasya takes a big gavel and says, with my power as judge and presider over this contract, I hereby accept payment of Cinderstorm in the hopes that the Bone Era and Win Ashmore are able to stop the hurt that is caused to the Hells and is making our business unviable. You are released from your contract.
Thank you, Your Honor. We appreciate your time today. And
course.
we'll do everything in our power in order to rid Morlos from the mortal plane and get you your proper intake of souls.
I thank you for that, and I will be keeping an eye on it.
Absolutely.
One of these ones?
Well, no, those are just our cameras. Don't know if you know what a camera is, but
No, can't say that we do.
I think cameras exist in my world, actually.
Related
Oh,
to
do
a
they?
shell
Probably in the
phone.
alternate universe.
No, because there was, at least when you were...
The
you
VCU.
were like, Marie
Never
Sindar, like a long,
university.
long time ago, had a,
Yeah.
like, photograph of her daughter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, some sort of cameras exist anyway. Anyway.
Never had our photo taken.
No. They
There
are
were cameras
rare.
in the AU.
Portrait.
It's,
Yeah.
They're like tin types is the thing.
Yeah.
And she says, it is disappointing to me that I had to do this, but given the fact that you are clearly a group that might actually be able to do this, I am putting Hell's trust in you, which may sound weird to you, but trust me, we are lawful for a reason, and the Hells need to function in order for all of the planes to function appropriately. Trust me on that.
Yeah.
So,
Will
anyway.
there be a
believe
big
you.
to-do with Cinderstorm's soul? Like,
Oh, I'm certain the punishments will be viewed by many people in the coming days.
Oh, days. Dang.
Yes.
We
Well,
will
we'll be there
able
in
We
to-
don't
spirit.
have to.
Well,
We'll
not
be there
actually
in
spirit.
spirit.
we would like to be there.
We
if
would like to
possible.
be there, but
I mean, it would be a public thing, so the public trial of Cinderstorm will
HBC,
certainly be one to
The
watch.
Hell
any
broadcast
information
channel.
that is able to help us, we would love to receive. Like if he has any,
Well, we should go to the trial.
Maybe.
an invitation would be much appreciated. If
There is no invitation for public trials.
of when it's to occur, so we can make sure that we are there.
It will happen in the next few days, I'm certain. You'll just have to ask around. I have urgent business to take care of, as you know, that there was a break-in. So I will deal with that. Congratulations, I guess.
Thank you.
And she stands, and everybody rises along with the judge. And she sort of nods to Rosera and then makes her way out the side door.
I think we should try and figure out who broke into the records office.
I think we should go to one of the various gangplanks. I want Wynn to throw that sword
Yes,
away.
that was my plan.
Into the
just
fire
find a
zone.
big
Various
lock
Are
of
you
walkways.
sure that we don't want to like give
Yes.
it to someone else?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
We
you
have
can
this
do that.
cursed luck stone,
You can do
so
that.
if we are going to
We
give
also
somebody a
still
cursed
have the
item-
bagpipes.
Yeah.
We have many.
Yeah,
We
I've
have
just been
many
carrying
means to
around
Many
hurt our
items.
enemies.
We have many gifts to
a
give to
contract
those
with the Hells
that
is not one
are
of
well
them.
deserving of them.
Now my soul's only torn between 2 people when I die.
Hell yeah.
My list is getting smaller.
Actually, not hell yeah.
Yeah.
But Rosera sort of comes up to all of you afterwards and says, I have a job to do now, apparently. Find out who didn't tell Glasya that our soul numbers are going down dramatically. That's definitely not going to go well for whoever limited the amount of information we gave to her.
You think it was done purposefully?
I think it must have been, yes. Probably to hide the fact, like, they were probably scared to tell her, you know.
You don't think someone could be leaking information about the Hells to Morlos, do you?
That's an interesting theory. It's certainly possible. I don't know much about this Morlos, except what you've told me and stuff. But it
he's a
depends on how much he cares about
Very big
individual
problem.
planes.
I think he cares about all of them.
Because he hasn't come here. And the reason, I know it didn't come up in the
He won't
trial,
stop.
but those people who were trying to get rid of the amendment were like, the Hells haven't been in danger for 2 years. And so it's possible if someone was covering it up for Morlos, specifically making it look like the Hells were not in danger at all. But who knows? Anyway, congratulations. I don't have to pay attention to any of you anymore. So, goodbye.
Nice knowing you.
Absolutely.
That's very sad.
Look, whatever.
Well, I made sure she was gone before I said that. That's very sad.
But she heads out to go do her job. As Arthur comes up to you and goes, all right, if you could clear out, there is another trial here very soon. Yes,
Thank you, Arthur.
no worries.
Have you heard any information about the individuals that broke into the records
No,
room?
I've been here the whole time.
Oh, man.
And doing
Should we
clerk
go
work.
down there?
Yeah.
Sure. I mean,
How's your life, Arthur?
yeah, how
Go to
is your
school?
life?
Okay.
Like,
They've
did
got
you
a good
enjoy
gig.
high school? You got friends still
Yeah.
from high school, or
High school? I don't know what that is. I've got a good gig. It's nice. You know, I do my good job, and I get.
Are
You
you
did
able
do a
to
good
leave
job.
the Hells every now and again, or is you?
Yeah, you
just
know,
stay
we're given PTO
here? Yeah, that's nice.
Must be
and
nice.
and benefits.
are you? Because it took so long for this trial, are you gonna get like overtime pay? Or
Oh yes, of course. They're very generous about that.
Cool.
Yeah, we're contract workers, so we can take off whenever we want, but the pay is sometimes limited.
That's fair. It sucks.
when
Anyway,
it
I
comes
have
in,
I have
it
to
comes
prepare.
in.
I have to prepare for another trial. So
All right,
have a good
take
day.
care.
So as we're walking out, I'm as much as I want to see Cinderstorm's trial, I have the feeling that maybe we shouldn't stay the night
No.
here.
No.
Because remember what happened to Kieran the last time?
Yeah.
He got weird.
Yeah.
And
I
we
feel
have
like
to
I've-
find lodging. We can't
Yeah,
take
we
the
couldn't
house.
take
I feel like
house
I've
again.
grown since the last time we were here as a person.
You can go and come back,
I don't
but
think that'll
Yeah.
happen.
I think we should see if we can sniff out any info on who that
Hopefully,
other
we
group
get
is.
like some notice that it's occurring. But if it doesn't, it doesn't.
Careful as to not accidentally include ourselves in any additional
of
contracts.
course not,
I'm
yeah.
I'm of the opinion where
Don't
I would
sign
like to get
anything.
out of here
Yeah,
as
let's get out.
soon
Let's
as
get out
possible.
now.
I
Should we-
am agreed with that.
Records room. Just get information, then get out.
Well, we're not. We're just trying to see who they were. Where maybe we could go to the Is there like a jail or something where they would be holding?
We
these
went to
people?
that jail to meet with that pit fiend. That
Maybe
was
we
a
can
prison.
go there.
Sure.
Yeah, the jail is on another sort of section of
Yeah.
the city. It's
That
far
took a
far
long
from the
time to
records
find.
We could
office.
also just ask.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
just
think
ask
just
them.
When we
ask
go to, like,
Let's go
around.
talk to the
Marshtown.
market guy that was peddling the
Spine guy.
the fried spines.
Ask Johanna
Is
if
it
anybody's left.
Is he in front of the records office? Because if these people were arrested or if they were apprehended, they left the records office. So we should find someone that's
Okay.
near that area
Gotcha.
that would have seen them leaving.
We can go.
Okay.
See if we can bribe someone into telling us who they were.
We do have a few
Or
refined
describing
essence,
them at
or
least.
a few refined bottles of souls that might actually have someone give up information. If you,
I don't think we should really give those away.
no, you shouldn't. But if it comes to it,
We have other things we can give away.
Like these bagpipes.
Um,
Like a music lover.
musical devil.
but you sort of head out of this courtroom area and you head through the labeled doors and make your way to the lobby again of the courthouses, which is one giant building of a bunch of courthouses. Many people are going in and out. Make everybody just no. This passive perception is good enough. This level. For like Lilia and Shar at least. You do hear like, "Ooh, did you hear there was a break-in at the records office? Oh, it was crazy." Yeah, I didn't know that they were very bold and stuff. But they don't like say exactly who it is at this juncture.
But
you
it sounds like they witnessed it.
they're just rumors.
Oh,
They're
okay.
spreading the rumor there. Then it's just like, oh my gosh, that happened. Ooh. So
What has this world come to?
oh, I never.
Clutches
What
her.
has this level of hell come to?
But you head out, I'm assuming, and you're heading over to where the records office is, so across the chasm. Notably, when you enter into like one of the towers, you like have to sort of figure out and remember if you can figure out how to get through it. You go through like one door, and you end up on like you can't even see the records office anymore, and you're like, God damn it, I'm gonna have to go back because you don't have the
directions
very well. But it takes you a while, but you eventually make it to this huge main street. And now I will have everybody make a perception check.
Haha.
Oh shit! Wow, that's 28.
28.
I just want to know if Kieran has ever perceived anything. In this.
That's how I feel when I play Yastra.
Always bad.
It's funny because like Lilia has
He's
such
having
good
too much fun
passive
with the
thought.
mustache.
25. 25 is good.
Sorry, I didn't do the math.
What's math?
13.
10.
15.
15. So, Shar, as you're walking, you're looking around maybe to see if there's any devil police or whatever, and whatnot. But
Shady
Isn't
looking
that just the
characters.
police?
yes.
Ayo.
It's probably what the bailiff looked like. You said he was.
Yeah,
Hey,
whatever uniform it was.
All cops are
AD
devils.
All
cab.
cops.
Ad cab.
ACAD.
Anyway, Shar, you're looking around for that, but actually what you see, while there is like a hubbub around the main records office, you look over and you see a frightening and familiar figure of a flamey horse and this
Oh, this jackass.
covered
shit.
in heavy metal armor,
Is that the guy who followed us around?
Yep.
Yeah.
standing
This
sort
guy
of
knows too much.
on the side of the road and looking over at the menacingly up at the records office. He just looks menacing all the time.
Are we in his
Standing
line of
there.
sight if he...
He is currently looking away from you, but you do see
if
him.
he turned his head, he would see us?
He would see you. Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna go, everyone. Like,
Okay.
point him out silently and tell us all to move around a corner of a building so we're no longer
Okay.
in his line of sight.
Sure. You all see the Narzagon.
Okay, so now should we leave? This guy knows too much about us.
Yeah.
We just got out of a contract. I don't want this dude to have an alarm.
Yeah.
Don't poke your nose in something that doesn't affect you
Let's
directly.
Already have to kill a god.
Let's find a lava pit and then we can go.
Let's find a lava pit.
Well, you'll have your choice, so... Looks like there's a few. Fine, we'll leave.
You may not be able to find a lava pit. This is a giant mountain,
Sure.
but so you're sort of hiding behind a building at the moment.
And then Nala's like, I think we should just leave. So I think now we leave.
But you may be able to, like, there is lava on the mountain, so if you wanted to, like, go over to the side of one of the roads and just throw the sword
Yeah,
off, you
yeah.
could probably manage to do that easily enough.
I'm down.
All right. Is there something you want to say to it before?
Hey, what's going on? Says Kelren as you sort of take the sword out.
Sure, you have all
There he
wondered
is.
why I gathered you here today.
What's
Any
happening?
passing last words for him.
Fuck you.
Hey, fuck you.
You.
You've brought us nothing but trouble.
This is the kindest thing I can possibly think to do for you.
When? What are you
Nice.
doing?
Get fucked.
No!
Has anyone else seen The 10th Kingdom?
Yes.
You know the scene with the frog?
Yes.
It's like there's a frog that like one room is going to like lead you toward your path and the other room goes to a lava pit of doom and I will always lie, that sort of thing. And the guy just picks up the frog and chucks him into one of the rooms.
Oh, that's fun.
Nice.
Anyways, that's what this is.
You throw Darkheart, the sword you got in our first podcast episode. It flies through the air in slow motion.
The light hits in
the
it,
light
a
hits
rainbow.
it, and yes. And you all swear you hear a "ah" from somewhere, speaking, like, yelling in all of your minds as it falls and it disappears from sight. The sword disappears into a river of lava that is on the side of the giant mountain that makes up Malbolge.
Nice.
Feels good,
And
man.
who knows if we will ever see Darkheart again.
We better fucking not.
Probably
I
not till
hope
next
R.I.P.
campaign.
Campaign 2.
Absolutely
The
not.
return of Darkheart.
I mean, Darkheart popped up in like the ancient times.
It did tap up in the end. That was an accident. But
That's
yeah.
awesome. That's how it got
See,
there.
we
It
saw
got- it
this
was
drawing
went
on
through
a
it, and it
wall
went through a
somewhere.
time and space thing
Yeah.
into the past.
Oh god.
That's the explanation. Anyway, you've done that. You're currently just on the side of a road in Malbolge. What would you like to do, Bonira?
Leave. Let's leave, please.
Leave.
Okay.
I'm sorry to those other
Marshtown?
humans or humanoids who decided
Yeah.
to burst in there. I can't help them.
I wasn't trying to help them. I'm just really curious about who else is
Well,
poking around
if it's
down
someone
here.
that matters, they'll
We'll
mention it in
probably
Marshtown.
find out. Yeah, might end up finding out in Marshtown.
As you're having this conversation, you do all sort of look down at the records office, and some sort of commotion happens. And a massive jet of flame appears out of the side of something,
make
and
sure Nala
a
still
humanoid
has us.
like flies and crashes into the road, and a bunch of devils sort of all come down. One more round of perception checks.
Okay.
Is it a human flew through the air?
A humanoid.
15.
15.
No.
All I needed to do was complain
got the
about my
sword.
ability
Yeah,
to
just
see
watching
things.
him disappear.
23.
Like, bye.
21.
21. Great.
Also 21.
Uh-huh.
I just needed to bitch
So
about
most
my
of you get this,
perception to
except
roll
for
well.
Wynn, who is watching the sword.
Watching the sword burn.
Yeah.
You see, like, the bunch of devils, like, sort of begin to descend on this humanoid figure, and as you look closely, you see that it is a brass dragonborn. And there's another sort of explosion.
It's fine. I'm cold.
There's another couple of explosions, and a couple of other people, dragonborn, 2 red dragonborns, appear and sort of
Is that your family?
crack their devil handcuffs off using magic, and like pick up their fallen comrade, and another dragonborn appears to like use some sort of huge spell to like destroy a group of barbed devils, and this is a golden dragonborn.
That's cool.
It's hard to tell who it is, but there is a group of 4 dragonborn currently breaking free of
I want
clutches.
to break free.
No, hopefully.
but they pick up their fallen comrade, and they just like all of them dimension door all at once and vanish into the distance.
Good on them.
How
But, okay, but Kieran, did Kieran see their faces? Did you?
21.
21, 21.
23.
23, 23, I'll give you that you recognize this group.
Are they the
Is it
group from the
tournament?
champion of
No,
the
those
tournament
were
of
all
champions?
Kimba
They are
Tools.
indeed.
Oh, they are?
There was yeah.
There was a
think
Kimba
Okay.
tool.
There was a Kimba.
The Force of Fire, I think, is what.
Force
they're-
of
That is-
Fire,
that
yeah.
is
The
who
only
they are.
one I have written down is the one who did the strength check.
I'm just making sure we can send them a message later.
Yeah.
That is
I
who
have
they
the
are.
name of one of them, so great.
Oh, I have all
Awesome.
of them.
Oh,
so-
okay, great.
Okay, great. So I will just note, like, holy shit, we know those guys. They seem to have things covered. Do we want to go now?
Yeah.
Let's go, please.
Okay.
Marshtown?
And as
Yes.
as you're preparing to cast the spell, like, and you all get like together with the plane shifting, or if you're plane shifting normally, or you've got the necklace. Which way are you doing it?
It's
Where are we going?
Normal.
I used the necklace earlier.
You can use it however many times you want.
Oh,
It doesn't have charges.
Okay, yeah, I'll
Um,
do the necklace.
Okay, so as you're like beginning to cast the spell, the Narzagon like walks around the corner and like looks at you and goes, "It's you."
I knew
to
it.
cast the spell. If you're using the necklace, please make a roll.
Narzagon.
This guy.
I rolled
One
a
day we're gonna
19,
learn his
but-
name.
I think you're good because it's a DC 15 intelligence check. So
He's gonna think he
okay,
keeps
great.
making us
Oh,
up.
21.
on the way out,
you flip the bird at this Narzagon who like wields
We're
his
just gonna be
lance
a
and like charges at
urban
you.
legend for this guy.
And you vanish again. The plane shift spell takes hold, and you feel the familiar sort of lifting off the ground feeling, and then you land in Marshtown.
Excellent.
Hooray!
oh my god. Oh my god. It was like, you know how like you don't allow yourself to celebrate until you know that everything
Finish.
has been, it's just like,
Gone.
we are finally free of that godforsaken contract.
Yeah, did it burn up? Did our copy burn up?
It would have, yes.
Yeah.
I didn't describe it, but yes,
We
it
are
would have.
finally done.
You have found yourself you're sort of in the center of the pond or the lake, like on the pathway that goes
okay.
above
Okay,
it.
good.
Where
No,
you
in the
where you
water.
got high with Johanna once.
That was a good night.
But you
Except for
appear
Pollock.
there, and we'll have a break there. Yeah.
Yay! Freedom!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the mid-session announcements for episode 88 of Welcome to the Bone Era. As always, if you would like to support the show, patreon.com/CameronOfEskDavis is the place to do that. And if you like the music I use and ambiences I use in this program, I use tabletopaudio.com. Very good stuff. One major announcement is that we're on a sort of accidental break because Tess has a bunch of conflicts because she is currently in like 2 shows or whatever, so she has like no time to play, and in the next 2 months all of us are suddenly very weirdly busy, so like the next time we're able to play is probably near the end of October, which sucks, but it is what it is. Life moves on. And as far as the podcast goes, we have enough episodes to just barely keep releasing on schedule for up to that point. So we should still be good. But yes, just to let you guys know, we're all adults and it just sometimes is tough. So hopefully we won't have any like breaks in the schedule of release or anything, and we should be able to get back to playing more regularly and get a nice buffer of episodes soon. But things are really ramping up in the story, so I hope we do get back into it as quickly as possible, because it's very exciting now. Anyway, that's all the announcements I have, really, just that one major one. Just wanted to let you all know, just in case there is a disruption in episode releases. Anyway, without further ado, back into the story. So, you arrive in Marshtown. Various people sort of look at you like, huh? when you appear, but then they
pose.
recognize you because you are famous. And they're like, oh, okay, yeah. And they carry on with their business.
I grew a mustache, everyone.
Is the Arbiter here?
Or you'd have to go look. You are currently
I will go look.
on the pond. Okay, so you head towards like the army camp area to the
Arbiter or
eastern side of the
Did I get that wrong? Was it Arbiter or Avatar?
Arbiter's correct.
Okay, cool. Sorry.
Yep.
Avatar.
The Avatar. You head over to sort of the eastern side of the pond or the lake, where there's where there is the army camp, and you sort of are presented with their various soldiers running around and whatnot. Who are you gonna? You're just gonna look around? Are you gonna ask somebody or what?
I'm gonna look around and like head to like the areas that I generally know that Johanna would be.
Okay.
Like the situation room.
Like the
situation
situation
room.
room up near like her and I am blanking on her name.
Ari Travala.
Yes, Ari's like sleeping quarters and things like
Sure.
that.
You head over that direction, and you're sort of nodded to by various soldier types and guards. You get over to the situation rooms, sort of the main building in the center of the camp. The guard there recognizes you and says, "Oh, welcome back," and lets you in. Inside the situation room, you are presented with various maps all over the walls and whatnot, but on the center of the big central table, you notice that there is a large military map of the camps. No one is in the situation room besides you.
Okay.
But the sleeping quarters are off the side, so you sort of head that direction. Inside, you see Ari Travala with like glasses that have multiple lenses.
I love
and she is currently like hunched over a little like device that she seems to be making and enchanting and putting magic into. Johanna is not in this room presently, but Ari Travala sort of notices you out of the corner of her eyes and says, puts her glasses up. Hi.
Hi, good to see you. What you working on?
This is a music box that I'm making magical. It is going to do something. I think I was wanting to do like a distraction or something.
Oh,
I like
So
that.
you can put it out and it does that, and then it like can stun people. That's the idea anyway.
Damn.
That's
That
really interesting.
sounds awesome.
Yeah. So welcome back.
Thanks. We just got done releasing ourselves from a hell contract, so we are
Standard stuff.
standard
Free.
stuff. So we're free now, which is delightful. I was actually looking for Johanna. Do you know where she is?
She is here. I believe she's out to a business dinner at the moment with a few of the higher ups in the military. So she's,
okay.
I think they're discussing camps.
Is it something that it would be gauche for us to crash?
I mean, you're the Bonnier. I'm sure they'd be fine.
This pertains to us.
We're
They didn't know we were
VIPs.
here, so
Yeah.
would have gotten an invite if we were here.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, maybe. Well, we can look around and try to see what restaurant they.
Yeah, I think they're on the
imagine
north,
too.
like the merchants district or
Yeah,
something.
that makes sense.
How are you
Alright.
feeling, Ari?
Kieran.
How are you feeling?
I'm. You know what? I'm
Your
drained.
influence,
Taught
Kieran,
my baby's
is rubbing
well.
off.
I'm drained,
yeah,
but I'm
still-
alive.
Still maintaining your concentration.
Well, you look
Yes.
great, so
Thanks.
you're welcome.
Have you heard any news of the Tartiva group?
Oh, they're here. Yes,
They
they're
are.
back. They have joined us here. It took a little work getting them here because
Yeah.
technically they
It's
can't
different.
really get here. So it was this whole finding a way to tie like a
A dimensional
tuning fork to this little pocket plane. So it was pretty difficult, but they did arrive.
Are they
they're-
encamped here, or are they? in
They're on
different
the western
sections?
side of the city. They were given like a house or something
Oh, good.
to do stuff.
Excellent.
A lot of them spend time at the school.
Oh, near the college.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
So those would be the two places to look if you're looking for them. Yep, I'm gonna get back to working on the
Cool.
stunning music box thing.
Fun with it.
We're gonna go crash a business
good
dinner. So.
enchanting. I'd love to watch you enchant a little bit more later on, but
Sure.
enjoy the rest of your night,
Thanks.
day. What?
I think it's day.
No, can you make me another air? You know, if you want me to give you more supply money for that, I have it
I
written
still
out.
have a lot of enchanting dust that I
Okay.
stole from her.
Stole from her.
She doesn't have to know.
She was dead at the time. It's
Yeah,
fine.
she was. Yeah,
She
she was
was
decapitated.
Mostly
at the time.
dead at the time.
Mostly dead.
Mostly dead.
You can't you mean mostly dead.
Oh my god.
Like this.
So you head out of the sort of camp area, and you head sort of north. And as you're walking, you actually sort of in the distance as you're getting closer to the merchant area, the market district, you actually see Johanna and a few other sort of soldiery people coming out of one of the restaurants. And they're talking. They seem very serious, and they're talking about stuff. And
Stop dancing.
and and they sort of walk in your direction, and then Johanna looks up and goes, "Oh my god! Oh, great!" And goes and runs over to.
Great.
Oh, wow.
Every woman wants to
Great.
hear. Oh, great.
See, Johanna says it unironically, which is part of her
She's
charm.
just genuinely happy to see
She walks up.
That's just how she talks.
She's like, "Hey, bud."
Hey, bud. It's really
Hey,
great to
champ.
see you. But hugs Lilia tightly
Get him,
and
tiger.
kisses you on the cheek and is like, it's really great to see you. Hello.
Hello, it's so good to see you too. We were actually on our way to crash at dinner, but it looks like you finished
yeah,
up
we
already.
we did just finish. These are, and she points to various nondescript soldiers behind her. They seem to be sort of higher ranking. You don't recognize them.
I look like a serious man with a mustache.
Yes.
Nod at the other serious men.
And she's like, well, our Lucina's sort of campground or enclave has been housing quite a few soldiers over in the camps, and we're ramping up to be able to attack and liberate them, hopefully relatively soon. So that's good. But enough business. Well, how's it going? What's been up with you? You all can go home. She waves the soldiers away, and they're like, "Oh, okay." And they head away.
Well, we just got our souls released from hell.
Well, that's wonderful news.
So,
One less thing to worry about.
my soul is finally its own. I can't speak for necessarily everyone else, but my God, does that feel good.
Yeah, that I'm sure. Well, that's very exciting.
Yeah, and I mean, this is a little bit of business, but also an update. We managed to take down Cinderstorm.
Wonderful.
So the Beastlands have been reclaimed.
That's very good. I should have to send
Ogriff will probably be contacting you.
soon. All right. Well, very good. Very good. That's amazing. That's
He's
a
currently
huge
putting his house back in order.
ally. Now, that place doesn't have a roof.
It does.
It's weird.
You have to warn
It was
me
a bit
before
of a
you
pain
guys
in
talk
the
about
ass.
that. I swear to God.
You get triggered.
Kieran is just filled with rage.
Little did we know that Kieran's got a thing with architecture.
It's my secret passion.
He spent his entire life in sanctuaries and
Yeah.
cathedrals.
Cartography
There's a
and
lot of-
architecture.
The monastery.
Well, that's very exciting. Very good news. We're actually seem to be moving forward and maybe getting to the point where we'd have a chance to take down this bastard. And
Yeah.
that's both exciting and terrifying to me. But, here we are. Have you eaten? Do you need... I'll eat again if you want.
So sweet. I mean, we
Yes.
haven't really. So honestly, food sounds great. I've kind of been so anxious this entire day. I haven't eaten a thing. So
I've had a mint.
yeah, but
mint.
since the court case went well, I would.
So now we're in need of refreshments.
I would love a drink.
Great. I've eaten at this place so much. Let's try somewhere else.
Okay,
Is there like a McDonald's around?
Yeah. You look around. She sort of guides you to
McDonald's.
some other, a sort of noodle place with drinks.
Noodles.
And you enter in and get a sort of booth in the back. And the waitress, etc., comes up. This place has various noodles. It's like a noodles and
Noodles
company.
You can try the Empire style noodles.
Yeah.
Try the Beastlands noodles.
Yes, these are sort of vaguely noodles, sort of to do with various other cultures, but it is very much elvish, with other worlds flares or other cultures flair.
The elvish twist on
Yeah.
Draconian
Gorge past
noodles.
mac and cheese.
That's right. Johanna's like, all right, well, this place makes good noodles. It's very good to see you. I've
I
been
love
busy,
to see you,
obviously,
Johanna.
doing a lot. ramping up recruitment and getting people to various places that are safe. Oh, and all of the people from
Oh, Tartiva.
Tartiva came.
Yeah, Ari informed me. I wanted to ask, do you happen to know if an individual named Reverence
Yeah, the
is in
Tiefling of Reverence is here. Yeah,
Oh, excellent. Is he at the college or is he at the house that's in the west?
They
of town
frequent
mostly?
both places.
Both
I don't know.
areas.
At this time of night, probably heading back to their house, which is in the west side. Pretty easy to see. It's one of the larger buildings.
Excellent. Larger buildings in the west of the town. Good.
Yep. But y'all have been busy, obviously, as well. Since I've seen you last, which was, gosh, when?
A few days ago?
No, it was a
it's
long
been a
time
couple
ago.
weeks. Because I think, didn't we go directly from here to the beasts? No.
It was before that.
Because we went to...
Because I was busy doing the.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
you've been
and
in
then
the camps.
to the
You've been
temple.
away
We
for
got
yourself.
another... Because we got the Tiamat temple.
Yeah.
What did we do before that?
I have no idea. I wasn't there.
It's just been so much. It's hard to keep all of it straight.
That's
I
fair.
also time gets. We've been in going down to the hells kind of like fucks with
Well, we
your
did kind of go to high
sense
school.
of time. Oh God,
Oh,
we
that
did
was
that
it
too.
before.
And we met
And
a
also
Naffiel.
Yaren.
We met a Naffiel.
Oh, we did meet an Naffiel.
Yeah, and then we were in your Yaren's
Was
dimension.
Yaren-
No, I had a one-hit.
Well,
KO.
no, because
Tell
we
her that.
did. We yes, right. No, because we did the
I also got
going-
one hit KO'd.
Yeah.
KO killed.
Yeah, we did. Yaren, when we got Yaren fixed up, we did come back here.
We did, but I don't
first,
think she was here. I think she was at the.
Yeah, no, I was in
were
the
you?
camps, yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
I have checked in with Yarn.
Yeah,
He
we
seems
saw
fine.
We
him.
went to
Maps, you
Yaren's
guys.
realm. I stole this from the realm. I figured I'd
Good.
just take it as payment.
Fair. Entirely fair.
Yeah. His realm was all sorts of fucked up. It was kind of fun, but also
That
just-
does not surprise
there was
me.
a city inside of a fish.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird. Well,
I got this blue marble that I traded for a lock of my hair.
interesting.
And nothing bad happened because of that
No.
trade, which I think is
No.
the more fascinating part.
No, it's just a cool rock.
I like my yellow rock. Everyone hates it. But I like it.
Interesting. I mean, I think it looks fine to me. Well, you've done a lot.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you're looking tired, but
Oh, I am.
But we still have work to do.
Yeah.
what's next on the agenda?
Well, if you are all preparing for the camps, that means that we have some work to do with the stones, correct?
Yeah, we currently have 2 in our possession.
Don't we?
Great.
It is just the 2?
2. We have the Conjuration, which we got from Anathiel, and we've just acquired the Evocation from Cinderstorm.
Wow. I don't know what to expect when you
is-
go into those.
Is the conjuration the purple one?
Yes, that's
Okay,
the
great,
purple
great,
one.
So that needs to be our
So
our
that's
next
the one that
target.
we
It's
need
probably
to
the
hit.
next one we'll be going
That's-
into.
If that allows Morlos's troops to transport everywhere, that
Yeah, that's why we should probably get it done before, or at least at the same time that you are. going
we
for the
will
camps.
wait for you.
Okay.
If you're attacking the camps, we're mostly prepared, and just trying to gather as much intel
I-
as possible.
Have you heard anything at the camps about an individual who at least was previously named Swana?
I don't know that name very well. No.
We encountered her when we were in Exim. She came to the Feywilds with us and decided to stay in the Feys when we got stuck in between realms for a bit. There was a mishap on one of our transportations in which we ended up kind of accidentally in a camp for a brief moment.
Oh.
But while she was an ally of ours, and truly, I mean, I had gotten a good read of her. Like I know people, and I know that she was good people.
She resurrected Kieran.
Yes,
One proving point.
But she is now one of the leaders of the camps.
Really? Like the necromancer?
Yes.
Well, that's an interesting turn of events. I don't know really what to do with that information.
I
but
don't know what to do with it either, because I'm not exactly sure what happened. I know that she worshipped, or at least was being partially controlled by a fickle god. Do we remember his name?
Starts with an O.
Shamash.
Yep. there we go, never mind.
Shamash.
Got that wrong.
that she was being led by. Well, she was basically like cursed by Shamash, but that wasn't her god, was it?
She was with Ouija's.
She was
Was
Ouija's
Ouija's,
follower. Sorna, yes, had a beef basically with the guy who killed her parents.
Right. Okay.
Who was this necromancer who followed Shamash.
Okay. So it's
What
like,
a shame, Mosh.
but I don't know if that's something in the camps. If there's any sort of way to get her back, that might ease what is necessary for the infiltration.
I mean,
and-
that's worth a shot. I mean, I don't know how to. I'll ask around and see if we have some way of talking. Like, if somebody is not themselves,
I
see
can
if we can talk
also-
to them specifically.
I can pick Yaren's brain to see if he knows anything about Shamash. I don't think I've asked him about it before. Is he still? He's still here,
Yeah, he's
right?
researching. Yeah,
All right. I'll pay him.
still
a
trying to
visit at some
figure out a
point.
way to actually kill Morlos. You know.
Who did the recon to get the information that's on the maps of the camps?
Various people. Lucina helped, and other sort of people who can get in and out quietly.
We should just probably go over it with them when we're ready to do camp thing, because we're gonna do the stones first, right?
At least the conjuration stone
Yeah.
first.
But I thought our plan was to do them both at once, so that they couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
We'll
mean,
just do one
we'll hope-
immediately after
well,
the other.
because once we do one stone, Morlos is going to know.
Yep.
So it's unfortunate that we only have 2 out of the 5.
Yes.
I mean, unless we wanted to go
But there are only.
find another one before we do the camps.
Oh no.
I don't know
No.
if we want to wait any longer on the camps.
I also, because the other ones that we have left, we would have to go all the way to the Empire.
Or Gathlando.
Or yeah, well, I mean, Gothlando is on the same continent as the Empire.
Indeed.
Or
Quite far away.
face
Quite, yeah.
Elena Desford,
Ugh.
which I am not emotionally prepared to do.
No,
She
no.
still scares the shit out of me.
Yes.
So, yeah, that's
Well,
But-
if you want to go over information that we got about the camps, I mean, it's it's what we got. We can do that once we're finished eating.
Yeah.
Our
Oh,
noodles
yeah.
are here. New noodles are brought. They are good.
so really, Johanna, how have you been out, like, work aside? Because you also look tired.
Yeah, I mean that's basically the word for it. It's a lot of responsibility to lead an entire sort of resistance against a god's armies. Luckily, I have a lot of support from various places. I delegate pretty well. Currently, just the camps have been like my main project, as it were, and it's been a lot to handle because they are very well defended. But I think, sorry, you asked how I was, now when talking about work.
I mean, it is all connected.
Yeah, it is,
But
truly.
I want to know how you are doing, not how the campaigns are doing.
I'm doing as well as I can be, I think. I think I'll be very happy when we win.
Yes.
Because then I'm going to take, like, a vacation.
We should go to Omniasari.
Yes.
I don't know if
I've heard it's nice there.
it is really nice.
Never
We
taken her. Oh my gosh.
yeah, well, because she's been
You
busy.
need Daisy.
You do need to meet Daisy.
I do not mean to be indelicate. Have you had any news of your brother,
Ever been?
My brother?
Salvador?
Oh.
Nope,
It's
that's
not.
not.
Oh,
Sabrina.
sorry,
No,
Sabrina.
that's
Sabrina's
Sabrina.
dead.
I am completely indelicate.
Heard of a
Lord.
I'm
brother.
being
He
completely
doesn't have a
indelicate.
brother. I was like, did I forget something?
Dragon pet.
Totally indelicate.
Fuck.
What are you talking about?
Oh, sorry. Brain fog.
Nala's drunk.
I'm-
Yes.
yeah.
Nala's had one
The cactus,
singular
the
drink.
cactus juice is still in.
Oh, big stretch.
Yeah.
Any news
Of Salvador? I
Yeah.
mean, he's been holed up in Alcala for a lot of it, actually. He hasn't led very many attacks or anything recently either.
That's
Sus.
unnerving.
Yeah. So I don't know what he's up to.
I feel like he's being used more as a conduit at
Yeah.
this point.
we met an individual that did his portrait, and he gave us a little bit
Interesting.
of insight upon that experience.
Interesting.
Well, these noodles are very good.
Yeah, they are.
No, you want to have craft time later?
I'm actually going to be trying to find Reverence to do some
Catch up.
enchanting between the two
right.
of us. Yeah. But I do have questions to ask him before we go into
Private
the
enchanting
enchanting.
time.
Who do we know that might know the force of fire?
Us.
Us.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to message them.
Literally.
And then I'm gonna
I
have
don't
a
believe
talk
they're
with
part of the
Yaren.
challenge, unless Arbiter. Is there a group of individuals called the Force of Fire that are under the challenge?
The force of, I mean, I don't know. There's lots of groups.
No.
I don't.
Have like a ledger somewhere?
Strike team
We
of
do.
Dragonborn. 2 red,
Says
1
there's a ledger. We
brass,
can go
1
find
Yeah,
gold.
we can look at
There's
the
a ledger back. Yeah,
Oh,
back
okay.
at them.
Yeah, let's do that. I don't want to overcrowd your brain with any more tasks for you.
It's not possible for me to pay attention to everybody who is in this group.
Because I
I
mean,
mean, but that's good. It means there's a lot
thankfully
of
it's
people,
growing.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and hopefully there'll be. Actually, we did meet someone in the Beastlands who knows Elena Desford personally.
No.
Interesting.
Quite.
Grew up with her.
Wow. Well,
And so we might
cool
be
backstory. Still murder, right?
right. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. No. But I think he might be able to help us when it's time to take her down.
I mean, more allies
Yeah.
for that eventual conflict
He's
is.
also like a shadow, like not like necromantic necessarily, but like it's like a shadow. It's the same kind of shit that Elena Desford does, but not for Morlos.
Nice. Well, sounds interesting.
They have shadow dragons. What are they called?
Gloomstalkers.
Gloomstalkers. Yes.
Interesting. I know
Very
Elena
high,
uses
squeaky
those.
voices. They make
Yeah.
kind of sounds. You wouldn't think they came out like that.
Yeah. They sound kind of like cats.
Well, that's interesting. I know Elena uses those down in.
These ones are better.
Taylor.
I got to pet one.
Interesting.
It only hurt a little.
Great. It would be
and-
bad if it hurt a lot to just.
I
pet
think it
them.
would hurt most people more
Interesting.
than it hurt me. But I mean, I get along well with kind of dead things anyways. So I think I just have am predisposed to being able to get along well with shadow beings.
Fair enough. That's what I like about you.
Lord Ogriff and some of the other councilmen of the Beastlands seem that they may be very open to assisting. with
Yes,
the-
I mean, I was sort of in contact a little bit with them prior, like when everything was going down. But yeah. Well, I hope I'll reach out to them, and I hope they reach out to me anyway, since they're liberated now. It's very good news. Well, the nudes. Gotta slurp
Send me
those
your
nudes. Slurp them right up.
Slurp the news.
You know what? I don't think this is working anymore. I don't want to play Dungeons and Dragons.
This is no longer family friendly.
Actually, I quit.
I don't think it's ever been
Right.
family friendly. on this.
Kieran, the
We talked about
Out of here.
Cinderstorm's dick for like
3 episodes.
Straight.
We did. We did.
R.I.P.
anyway. Well,
R.I.P. to that
so
monster.
you
Monster
if-
cock.
unless there's anything else to talk specifically in this group setting. Oh yeah, you wanted.
I want to order everybody around because I got something to say.
Okay, you order a round of
Yeah.
What?
beverage.
Oh.
I thought you were saying you wanted to
was
boss
like,
everybody
oh,
around.
No.
That's fun.
Well, I get it.
No.
I didn't understand
round
how
of
you were
beverage.
interpreting. I know. A round of drinks, round of beverage
Got it.
is ordered.
I don't know if there is just like ale or maybe something nice.
Well, whatever anybody's drinking.
Whatever you're drinking. Another round.
Cactus juice.
I can't imagine they have it.
I thought they had it imported.
No.
Just the one by the camp did.
Okay.
It's hard to get that much in. Yeah.
No.
Well, I'm sure because
Ale.
it's cactus juice, you could probably just make your own. Anyways. They used to make it in bathtubs.
Probably got to be distilled for a while.
They used to make it in
It's got to be like
bathtubs.
fermented or something.
and toilets.
Toilet. Pretty much anything that holds water. I'm so sorry.
Here's the bucket.
Yes,
done
Wynn,
now.
Wynn
I'm done
takes
now.
the stage, as it were.
I'm going to be a bit long-winded here, but please bear with me.
Wynn takes out a piece of paper.
I've got notes, I'm sorry.
No, it's great. I also love it, and it's cute. This, like, big burly man. I have something to say.
Index cards.
I hate the homeless.
Next problem.
Exactly. I have spent most of my life, as many of you might know, present company, in pursuit of one goal, which was to be the best swordsman in the world. To perfect the art of the blade, the art of victory and conquest, the art of the kill, what have you. From the time I was 12, basically, this was all I was taught. This was all I knew. And it wasn't really my tragic upbringing, though, that led me to take up that stupid fucking sword. It was really just my stupid blind lust for power, my dreams of vengeance, my pride, my ignorance. It just... it made me reckless enough to take it without question. And maybe that was reason enough to put me in that contract. But I know it never... none of you ever really deserved it, so I'm sorry for that.
It's not your fault.
But you've kept me alive, brought me back from the brink of death more times than I can count, and
from death.
and you've taught me that good friends and simple pleasures are worth more than all the souls that hell could ever hold.
Oh, that's very sweet.
So I've never known what it is like to exist without a purpose, without a horizon to steer toward. Now being here with all of you, with my friends, I think I'm willing to try. So, when this war is over, I vow I will never pick up a blade again. I have no idea what I will do with the rest of my life, but after all, what proof that I'm the best swordsman in the world than to play a part in killing God himself?
Like any blades?
Knives. I don't work in
Yeah.
kitchens
Well, that's
anymore.
like what if you...
Anyway, that's all I had to say.
Dear Credence, my love, can you cut my steak?
I vowed.
I made a vow.
Can't do it.
We love you, Win.
This is
the big Sam.
Yeah.
Cheers, Win.
Yeah.
Sorry, that may not have made a lot of sense.
It made sense to me. And I'm not even, like, part of the group, says Johanna. But, like, I know y'all's weird nonsense that you've all gone through.
Here we are. Weird
And I can tell
nonsense.
y'all are a family. And that means a lot to see.
You all are my family. Just FYI. You're great.
You're all my little babies.
I am 25.
I birthed you.
Baby.
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 33.
I'm
baby.
more than twice your age.
That is that's fair. That's fair.
What month is it?
It is Jinto.
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 That's June.
July.
July. 18 and a half years old.
It is July.
Don't count your half birthday.
It is July 16th.
Happy 18 and a half birthday,
Jinto
Nala.
16.
Here's to you.
Thank you.
Right. I guess. Well, these were some good nudes.
They were.
Some good
Good nudes, good friends, good
good
times.
family.
Good to be free.
Well, shall we head back?
Be free. Yes. We should.
It is getting later, so shall we head back to the
Yes.
thing? If you want to talk to Reverend, you maybe do that tomorrow.
Actually, yeah, I'll probably do it tomorrow. I don't want to
Yeah.
interrupt him so late in the evening.
Yeah, he's probably in his pajamas.
No.
Like, hey, do
Kicking
you want
the door.
Yeah.
Answer my questions. Questions for you.
But you all sort of pay or Johanna covers the bill, and then
It's very nice.
We have so much.
I love getting taken out. Makes me feel like a kept woman. Honestly, I would love to never have to labor ever again.
yes, I would never. I like how
let's
you.
get
I
through
like
this
how you
war.
phrased that.
Labor.
I would like
So-
to never have to labor.
So, Win.
Yeah.
If you were not to pick up a blade, would you take up another form of living? Would you stay on the seas as like a fisherman?
I thought you were going to say our bows fine.
He's just gonna do fisticuffs.
No. I imagine
Hammer.
I imagine with your statement, you do not want to fight after.
It's
this is
all I've ever
done.
really been good at.
No.
But
me
who's
find
to
you
say
a
I can't be
hobby.
good at something else?
You could actually pick up brewing.
There's a lot of crafting things that can be done. You know,
Crafting
Shark
craft beer?
makes amazing potions. If you ever want to do any sort of those kind of crafting, or if you want to.
Well, we're gonna open our
fish.
bakery and bar.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll take you to a
Sure.
job fair when
Brewing
this is
up.
all over.
Just
Sure,
don't
I'd help you with that.
don't become an artist. It's
You
not
can
worth the
bake.
money.
Learn how to bake bread.
I don't know. I've struck the stage with Win Ashmore, and he's quite a performer.
I'm not saying that Win can't become an artist. I'm just saying it's a shit living.
Maybe after the war, the arts will be more appreciated.
Yeah.
I could
Probably
join
not, though.
community
Probably
theater.
not, though. Yeah.
It's not looking good.
No, right now it's like the artists are like, all right, round them up. Make them work. They've never worked an honest day in their lives. I'm an actor.
Whoops.
I'm sorry. I have a
I would
bullshit
like to
job.
preface,
So.
please.
I have a bullshit job, so.
Yay.
Oh, yeah.
You, Cameron?
Yes, me,
Oh, okay.
Cameron.
Yes.
It's very
Johanna, are you
important.
not
That needs-
Jobs are bullshit.
Johanna, are you not
Any
feeling
email
fulfilled?
job is a bullshit job. I mean,
You're
No, I
leading
just
the
give
rest.
him. I do actually do something, but given the amount of work I have to do, it's office jobs are
office jobs are
nothing
fake.
compared to
They're
each
they're
other.
stupid email jobs.
I mean, I send out huge checks to people. Basically,
I just
all the time.
touch dog buttholes.
That's very
That's
useful.
a very important job.
Somebody's got to do it.
Somebody's got to do it. Someone literally. Anyway,
Anyway,
you head out of
Yay.
Nudes and Company.
nudes.
Nudes and friends.
Nudes and Friends. And you head sort of back down to the soldier area. And you head inside the situation room
Where the maps are.
where the maps are and the main huge map. And you see now, it's like one of those maps with like figurines to represent armies. And there's like 4 or 5 over near the camps, specifically in an area that is marked as Lucina's enclave. So like, as you get up there, Johan's like, all right. So as you can see, we have 5 battalions up near the camps, which we think is going to be enough. I would like one more, but everybody is, stretched thin, defending various places and trying to fight back and take a little bit of land for us. But we're getting hella recruits, so it's going well over there. These are the camps, of course. Let me see if I can pull up that map again.
Now that we're done with this fucking contract,
Woo!
I still want to get a printout of the...
Yes.
I want a printout of it, and then I want to burn it.
just to burn it.
At
So-
least you weren't like me and you didn't get your contract tattooed on you. This is the Vorpal sword now.
Yeah.
So these are the camps, obviously, that you are aware of. The Lucina's place is to the west.
Okay.
It's in the mountains. It's about a day away from the camps, is where her enclave is. So about 24 miles.
Yeah.
No, but it's hidden because of Lucina's magic, which is why it works.
What a champ.
So what we know about the camps, you might know basic stuff already, but let me just do a little bit of a rehash of the basic idea. Camp Mithril Ore is what was Meyerfall, and they seem to do a lot of mining there for mithril, because they're using a lot of mithril in their in whatever they are building. Camp Assemblage is what used to be Martil, or I guess it still is Martil, and the surrounding area. from what we gather, people going inside, this is where a lot of like the factories in Martil have been expanded and are going 24/7, constantly manufacturing pieces to something in assemblage. Massive factories and lots of workers there. Camp Cambiamento is over near Belmer. And it's been converted into this work camp where that's where all the magically inclined people like Vidar, etc., are kept in separate sections with their minds confused and made to enchant bits of whatever they create in assemblage. There are 2 other sections sort of to the east of assemblage and to the southwest of Cambiamento where it seems like they're manufacturing the larger sections. Those places are they've built these massive buildings and keep it very tight and secure. There are only certain people who are allowed in those places where they are building the larger pieces of the puzzle. We still can't tell what the hell they're doing, what they're building, or why, but whatever it is, it's massive. Like, would take up like the size of a castle when fully made, given how much has been mined and how many pieces have been built.
Dog tank.
What?
Instead of the cat tanks.
It's a dog
Dog
tank.
They're making a dog one.
Yep. Kieran's greatest enemy.
Could it be
I'm gonna
housing
kill
for
the dog.
Malos himself?
Housing? I mean, maybe,
A
but
dog
it
body
seems
for
it seems
him.
too technical for that. Like the pieces we've been able to smuggle out. Ooh, I have a few.
Oh,
They're going to space.
Maybe.
Morlos is going to the moon.
I'm just thinking if this might be the way that Morlos is planning on actually getting back into like an avatar form. What more
he
into
is
it?
in avatar form.
Sorry, into his like true material form outside of being just an avatar.
Instead of being just inside of an old man.
As you make that
Being an
conjecture,
old man isn't that bad.
Johanna goes over and like opens a drawer and gets these 2 like pieces out. One of them's like this weird curved arm thing, has sort of a curved section and then a bit of another piece of metal, and it seems to have a bunch of little holes and slots that it could slot into something else. And one of them is a circular piece of metal with stones implanted, like gems implanted around the outside.
And they're magical.
Johanna says, the one on the left, the one with the stones, is definitely enchanted of some way, but even, like Nigel, because it's like just a piece of an enchantment, it's very difficult to tell what it specifically
for.
does unless we had more. But these are 2 of the things we managed to smuggle out, and they're making just thousands of this type of thing. We can tell from the one on the right, like this slots into other things, so we imagine that it can be built up into a much larger thing. Unfortunately, we don't have that much information. We know that... Oh, sorry, there's also one camp I forgot to mention, which is Camp Benvenuto. That's where everybody gets sorted, basically. Anybody who's brought in is sorted into the other 3 camps in Benvenuto. All of these camps are fortified and have thousands of undead, including workers who have died, who now are used to defend the place. And yeah, it's pretty gruesome over there, but lots and lots of undead protecting it, based on the necromancer who is in Camp Cambiamento, in their castle that sprung out of nowhere and is made of bone.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to ask Yaron about.
Have I shown y'all what I'm imagining for that castle?
For Camp Cambiamento. No.
What?
See it again.
What was the god that Sorna, the necromancer that Sorna had to be with?
Shamash.
Shamash. Okay, thank you.
Chemosh.
Oh.
So this is going to be the weirdest thing ever.
Uh-oh.
can't wait.
It's a high bar.
I've never heard that come out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Which gives me a lot of concern.
No, just a weird thing to do in a D&D game, because I'm about to open Guild Wars 2 and just show you the thing.
Whoa. Spook. A Doomstalker. Is that your
Yeah, is that your Gloomstalker?
warthog?
No,
That
it's
is
a,
not
that's
the
a dragon.
warthog.
Emma.
This is a sky scale.
I didn't know if the warthog could transform.
No, my warthog goes inside of me to make me fight better.
That's illegal,
It's like
Cameron.
a-
Where the hell is that?
It's like find familiar. It's
That's illegal.
My warthog goes inside of me.
Oh, that
Absolutely
is what
not.
just poked
That
appeared.
is what I'm imagining.
Oh, that's so cool.
Wait,
Oh,
let me
wait,
see
go back
again.
around.
Yep, let me get.
Oh,
Horrifying. Thanks.
And it just grew out of nothing.
Hate it.
That's cool. Yeah, that's pretty sick.
The necrotic field has fallen. Great.
Oh my god.
Absolutely horrifying.
That's cool as shit.
So huge fucking bone castle.
Oh,
Love
Sorna,
it.
what have you done?
What was in that
Her
skull?
best.
Is her mom's skull like on the top of it?
You don't know where her mom's skull is. You assume it's with her.
Find it and use it as
It's
flashlight.
with her heart.
Oh, no.
It's with her heart.
It's in her heart.
It's in her.
Like her mother.
Is our Sorna
Never
art
truly
in the
No.
album on Facebook?
I don't believe so. I don't think we have art.
We
of
do have
Sorna.
Sorna art. We got it from
Yeah, from
this guy,
yeah.
Caleb.
Oh.
Caleb. I
Oh.
can't remember his name.
I believe that is his name. Yes, so that is what I was imagining. That was very important to
I love that.
open a video game to show you what I'm imagining.
Worth it.
Anywho, Johanna says yes. So the bone castle
Yeah, no.
appeared
Different than the Bone Era.
in Belmira,
Yeah.
Belmare,
Force of Bone.
and
And the
can't
Force
be
We need to
Bento.
co-opt that castle.
That's where we're gonna. That's gonna be our brewery.
Oh my
Bone
gosh.
castle.
But it does appear that the necromancer, perhaps this Sorna that you know, is the person who is ruling over all of the undead. They
That's
must
a
be
bummer.
extremely powerful.
Is there any possibility she might be in possession of one of the stones? We do know that.
I think we
She
know.
definitely is.
Don't believe so,
We know where
actually.
the other 3 stones are because one of them is with
Two
the
is
white
with,
lady. And then 2 are with Elena, and those are the rest of
Elena.
the 3.
From
I'm
what
just
we
wondering
know,
if she might have given one. To
from what we know, the necromancer's allied with Morlos and helps run the camps, but is not like one of his
top
lieutenants.
Okay. Oh, poor Sorna.
So anyway, we're planning on sort of attacking assemblage because it's easier to get to be honest. And if that's where they're manufacturing most of the bits, that seems like a good place to destroy first, or at least liberate first. And then we'll hold that position, hopefully, and then continue our way through and liberate each of the camps as we go. It's going to be quite a large battle, few battles, and probably take some time, possibly weeks, because it's a large area to cover. But yeah, we would love you there for like the initial assault and stuff as well.
We are now quite familiar with sieges and
Yes.
assaults.
Great.
So, and large battles.
You've been part of quite a few now. Great. I know I need to ask Yarn a couple of questions. I want to find out a little bit more of the Schmarsh guy.
Love it.
Sorry, Cameron.
I didn't invent that name, so it's fine.
Gosh.
It's Shamash?
Shamash, yeah.
Okay.
Shamash.
Shamash.
That's how I assumed it's pronounced. It could be Chemosh, but that sounds weird.
Nope, it's Smosh now.
It's Smosh. Smosh 2.0.
That's his nickname.
Um,
Only his friends call him Schmosh.
hey, Schmoshy.
Hey, what's up, Schmosh?
Come on over here. Great. So I want to ask Yarn about Shamash, and then was there something else I was going to ask him? I should probably just catch up with, I guess.
Check in.
Yeah, I mean, he's my god after all. I just,
Can
I find the ledger?
Are you guys friends?
Yes.
Like,
Oh no, we're oh Yarn and I, we're friends, but
Okay.
it's hard to think of it as like a god worshipper sort of relationship because
Yeah.
that's not
Yeah.
what that is.
yeah. I mean,
like
I
they're
don't have a
peers.
god. I don't know. I don't have first-hand experience.
it's more like I don't know. I think it feels like if I had.
Do I
me
go
s-
with you for the ledger?
I don't know how that
I thought
works
you were
when you're
trying to
like
go find
talking
those
to them
people.
so often.
I'm giving him the next day. It's late. It's
Like,
late
would
in the
you
day, so
hang
I'm
out
not
with
calling
him
All
if he
right.
wasn't
Yeah.
your god?
Yeah, no, he's like an annoying older brother.
All right.
But he's an older brother who does know way more than I do about pretty much everything. So like, I would definitely. He's a cool dude. I would hang out with him. I would.
Cool
Like,
dude.
it wasn't great to be like hoisted on to having another god after I was worshipping one for the first 15 years of my life. That was not a fun time, but it's not bad.
You've made the best of it, I think.
Yeah, he's given me gifts.
You go over to the ledger, which is like multiple books because it's big. And you find the one, Johanna like points out the one that's for like mercenaries and strike groups and that sort of thing. And you look through and you do not find the Force of Fire.
Because we know their names,
Yeah,
too.
we only know Kimbatul and Vir, the golden one. We have the two red ones, Yathamar Hana, the
That's who I have
female,
written down.
Yathamar Orthon, the male, and then I do have Lando Yago was the brass one.
Lathlo.
What?
Lathlo
Oh.
is what I've got. Lathlo. Iago.
Lathlo.
Not
Iago.
Lando.
It's auto correction.
Yeah, that's fair.
So do we want to send those folks a little
I would
What do you
messagey
want to
poo?
say?
Check in. Hey, we saw you there.
We saw you in
We
hell.
saw you in hell.
Thanks for causing a disruption.
Yeah, did you get
What
out?
the fuck were you doing? I'm just curious.
Howdy, this is the bone.
We can maybe help you?
It's been like 3 years.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember us, but we beat the shit out of your team. The champion of
We
Tournament
happened
of
to be-
Champions.
Suckers. Eat it.
Who else
No.
was on the podium with us? Like, who came in second and third? I can't remember.
Well, everything
been
exploded
200
afterwards. So
years.
like,
Hang on.
I
but
think
all
it
that
was
matters
the
is we
dwarves.
won.
And maybe
Yeah, they were
The-
Yeah, we won.
the gnomes?
Um,
Something tricksters and the...
Tournament running results.
Were they actual gnomes?
Maybe. I
Or did you
don't
just think they were
know. I just
gnomes?
thought they were.
Metallum Rex and
That
the
was the
Jolly
dwarves.
Jokers.
I had it!
Nice. Okay.
Nice.
Good memory.
Metallum Rex right behind you.
I think you just wrote it down.
No, I didn't.
Oh, yeah? Nice.
The Imperial Legion got 8 points total. You got 49 for reference.
So if they were breaking to hell for not Resistenza, what do you think they were doing?
Well,
Maybe one of them has a
Gathlando
contract.
is being affected by
The white.
by this, and there are probably other pockets of resistance that are not a part of the challenge because Krintovi is such a big world. So
You don't think they
I
were
hope-
working for Morlock?
I
That or
hope
they were
not.
working for.
I hope
puny
not. I hope not. I hope that they are just trying to get Iona Bloodworth out.
That was her name.
But
I have a... Here,
Who was the person, the white? The white?
I got
Gandalf.
it.
What?
Iona Bloodworth the White.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it is Iona
it is
Bloodworth.
Iona
She
Bloodworth
has the
the White.
Illusion Stone. She has the Illusion Stone.
She's got
Alina has
she's
Necrotic
got
and
the
Enchantment
yellow one.
Stones. Ramnash has the Abjuration Stone. Salvador has the Divination Stone, and then Morlos has the Transmutation.
Yep.
Oh, wait. How many stones are there?
6. There are 8
6.
total, and we have 2 of them.
It's one for every school.
Oh, okay. Sorry. For some reason, I thought there were 5 stones.
No, one for every school.
There's so many.
yeah, we have so many.
There's so many.
Gotta
Okay,
catch
great.
them all.
We'll get there.
Gotta tune them all. Gotta tune
Well,
them
that's
all.
why I was saying I don't know if we want to go get another one before we do the camp thing. Because if we get another one, that's at
Well,
least like...
if we can touch base with the Force of Fire if they're trying to do something with Iona Bloodworth.
Well, that's
we
only
can
what
try
we
and
fit that into our 25 words if we do message them.
no. But yeah, Kieran, if you feel like reaching out to them, I mean, it's your call.
I just talk to who I'm told to talk to.
Well, I'm going
If
to
you
I'm
guys
deceiving myself
Think
into.
that it's something, then by all means. But I don't know that they'll remember us, and I don't know why they would feel the need to tell me what they were doing.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I sure can ask.
Maybe if you ask on the behalf of Kim Batul Nala,
Yeah.
since one of them is a Kim Batul as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
I'll like just
Lower your voice,
seeming
you
myself
sound like-
into Kim
No.
Batul and Veer.
You would have to
kind
higher
of
your
give
voice.
Kieran like a good gauge of
You're right.
what that character was.
I remember him.
voice up here.
Yeah, but it's been, as you said, it's been a few years, so
For
and we
them.
are far away.
It's been a few years for them. It's been like a year for us.
But we remember them.
Cool. I just wanted to give Kieran like
Fine,
the
I'll
the
do the
perfect
thing.
picture of what
Okay.
they look like.
I can also make a little drawing, remembering what I saw. If that would be helpful. But
We
you
have
know
their
who you're talking
names.
to. Yeah.
Don't think. I think Kieran probably remembers.
Yeah, you
fine.
remember them well
Just
enough.
covering- I'm
to
just
send
covering their
sending, you don't
bases.
really
Yeah,
need
you don't
much.
really need anything. No. I'm gonna send it to the Kimba tool
Kimbatul and Veer?
Brass one.
in fear.
No,
The gold.
gold dragon.
Oh, okay.
The gold one.
It might be metallic. I'm not brass.
Howdy. From the Bone Era, Kimbatul Nala sends her regards. Saw you in hell. We're
Not a threat.
also,
Maybe we can help.
Also had business there.
Uh-huh.
Looked like you were in a spot of trouble.
Can we help?
Can need any help.
Okay, after a few seconds, you hear like... Bone Hero. Yeah. From the tournament. We managed to get away. I hope what we did helped save our people. Things are bad here. 24 words minute.
Like,
Yes,
are
you could
you
ask him
talking
a
about Iona
Yeah.
Bloodworth?
Yeah.
Like, are you
Uh,
speaking of her? We are after her too,
Were you trying to?
or are you speaking?
Are you
like,
trying
yeah.
to not dethrone? Are you trying to remove Iona Bloodworth? And are you trying to overthrow Iona Bloodworth?
Might be shorter to just say, are you talking about her?
Yeah.
We're also after her.
We're also after Iona Bloodworth.
We
Where
can
can
join
we possibly
forces, work
meet?
together.
Do we know though that they are on our side?
No, that's why we're clarifying
Yeah.
if they're talking about Iona Bloodworth.
Right. So, but what I'm saying is, should we tell
Should we
them
tell
that
them?
we
Oh,
are
yeah.
after her as well?
We should just say, yeah, you're right. We should just say, is that who you're talking about?
Man, I'm sorry, Kieran, that we force you to send these.
Well, we're all gonna go to bed.
messages
You're
out.
You're our favorite carrier pigeon.
I don't think we've honestly used a lot of like our power today. So
Yeah, that's fine.
That's why I seamed myself into this person to make it.
You're still like taller.
Yeah.
Good to hear. Hope you are safe now. Are you talking about Iona Bloodworth? The white? Boom ta-da.
Boom ta-da.
No, just are you talking about
Yeah, I'm talking
Iona
about-
Bloodworth the white?
Boom to that.
Don't know you very well. Don't want to reveal anything just in case. Can't really trust you.
Fair enough. I don't think they're bad guys. Because if they were, they would be like, "Oh yeah, we can." They would send some sly message back that made us think so. Because they know, I'm sure they know who they remembered us. They know what we're doing.
I mean, they don't know what
Or
I guess, yeah.
that whatever is going on, we're at the center of it.
I think it's very unlikely they hadn't heard about something we were doing post tournament. I think that's
Yeah.
very unlikely. So
We're kind of a big deal.
I would just say thank you and wish them well. And
We're good. We're
Jesus,
good.
a lot for that.
we're about to go to sleep.
Yeah, but fuck them.
Unless we
Okay.
have something that you have something specific to you want to say, as opposed to just good
Cool,
luck,
thanks.
happy holidays, like
Okay, thanks, bye.
the whole sending slot. You got 25
Yeah.
words. Like I don't know if there's anything we want to say that would make them think that they could trust us, or if we should just.
I mean, it's. The thing is, with sending, because I'm thinking about this too out of gamey. With sending, there's no way that they know where we sent it from.
Yeah, it's just a random voice in your head.
Yeah, so I guess I think it was being too guarded before. I think if we let them know that we're also after Iona Bloodworth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
they're
could
not
at least-
alone.
Yeah, and that like we have just taken down Cinderstorm, another one of the lieutenants in the Beastlands. If you need help with Iona Bloodworth, please let us know.
Know that
We just took
have
down
dealt-
Cinderstorm. Iona Bloodworth's next.
What is it? Is it just
We could just
resistance
say that.
right now? Like, what is it called again?
The
The
challenge.
challenge.
The challenge.
Know that the challenge has taken 2 of Morlos's lieutenants, and Iona Bloodworth is...
You should just say we. 'cause
Next
they know
on
who
our
we
sheet.
are.
Yeah.
But if they're not part of the challenge, they might not know what it is.
Yeah,
So we
I
should just
would-
say we have done
Okay.
that.
Yeah. Because also I'm sure
Well,
Morlos
no.
knows by
I
this
mean, we could
point.
do like a
It's, yeah.
on behalf of the
Just say.
challenge we have,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then if they care, they can
We
look up the
may
challenge.
share similar goals.
Mhm.
We all need allies right now.
Well, just let them know
something
they're not
like that.
alone.
I think just letting them know that we are looking to take down Iona Bloodworth.
And we can be allies.
And that we have taken down other tenants of Morlos.
We're not just talking out of our ass.
Yeah.
We actually have.
We have the proof!
We
We
not
did
anymore.
that
We gave it to
shit.
hell, but
We have the stones.
yes, we do have.
Not that I'm showing that shit to anybody.
Nope.
Okay, are you sending another message?
Yeah. Fair enough to his statement. On behalf of the challenge, we have taken down 2 of
Lieutenants.
Morlos's lieutenants. Bloodworth is on our list. Her time will come.
Ah, I like that. I like that.
You send an emoji.
We're all like, ooh. It's like, Kieran, I think that's the most intimidating I have ever heard you sound, and I am so proud of you.
Yes.
It's the mustache.
The power of the stash.
+1 to intimidation.
Her time will come. You hear back.
Fair enough.
You hear back. That's great.
Stop collecting friends.
If you aren't lying and want to help, meet us in Gathlando. By the ancient tree.
I'm sure that means
Do
something.
you
Yeah.
know of any ancient
I'm sure she
tree?
does.
That's what you hear.
I think we should do that next. I think we should do this pre-camp
Yeah,
so we have 3
fuck.
stones before we go.
Yep,
What?
no,
What-
no,
what-
I-
No, this is me pondering. This
Oh.
is my. If I was Kenobi, I'd be doing this, but this is my Jason
Hello
pondering. I tap. I tap.
I think this is what we should do next.
No.
Let's.
Let's think.
Is
Let's
Johanna
sleep
still
on
in the
it.
room with her? Like, we're still in the situation room doing this.
just sort of standing
shit?
around.
Okay.
She's looking at a map.
So I will.
Is there an ancient tree on that map?
I'll go up to Johanna.
It's just a map of the campsite.
Yeah, I'll go up to Johanna and like as she's looking, I'll like gently place my hand on her back and like just when how soon are you looking to get into the camps? Like how
Quite
many-
soon. I
how
think
many
we need to.
weeks?
1 or 2.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, if you're gonna weaken Morlos in any way and get rid of that conjuration stone, that's what we need.
Right.
But
Right.
otherwise, we're prepared, and I don't want to leave our people left in there for too much longer.
Right.
If they're able to keep building this thing, the longer we let it go, then we might be able to manage whatever he's building.
Yeah.
I and turning back to the group, like how long do you think it would take to take care of Iona Bloodworth?
I
Do I know where
I
the
don't
thing
think
is?
we're going to know the answer to that until we get there.
The one ancient tree you know is on Kimbatul property.
Okay. I
I
can
don't
get us
think we're
there.
going to know the answer to that question until we
Pretty
get
soon.
there.
Yeah, you would
Because
do.
Because
I
like
just-
Cinderstorm could have taken us a day. It took a week because we had to do the
Right, and
other
that's
stuff.
that's the thing. It's like if it's just going and facing down Iona Bloodworth, then we can go and do that and come back. But I don't want to leave the challenge with an infinite supply of Morlosian soldiers
Yeah.
before they go and take on the camps.
Yeah.
Well, they're waiting for us to eat.
Yeah, so if we go...
Yeah,
but they
only
only
a
want to
couple
wait
weeks.
about a week.
They don't. Yeah, because at some point they're
we
gonna
can go
go.
suss out the situation, see how long we
we
think
can
it
always
might
come back.
take,
Okay.
and then once we do that, ideally, then we can get rid of the stones, and then we'll come back here, get rid of the stones, and then do the camp thing.
I can also, when I talk to Yaren, I can also ask if he has any sort of ideas
Yeah.
for how long it should take to overtake one of these stones.
Right.
Just one.
Yeah, we need some more
Because
info
really,
on
as
that.
long as the conjuration stone is out of commission, that's going to reduce so much of the challenge that the challenge faces. And like I said, I don't want you all to have an infinite supply of soldiers.
Yeah, I
that
would-
as
I
soon
would
as you
appreciate
kill
not
one, another
having
one
that.
pops back up.
Yeah. That, I mean, we'll definitely take that one down
gone,
before we go into the
another one
camps.
gone.
But I don't think we should do it before we go
Yeah.
to Iona. We
Yeah.
should do them all at once, because once we do
Boom,
one,
boom, boom,
everybody's
boom,
going to
boom.
start freaking
No
out.
stopping, no more breaks, no more
Yeah.
field trips to Omnia, sorry.
Yeah.
Are we all on the
Unless
same page
we go
here?
to Omniasari and go into the stones while we're there.
No, we don't want to. We don't want to bring any undue power to
yeah.
Omniasari.
Yeah.
We'll have Uwas looking over us.
He's not all there.
No. Oh yeah, we also awakened Uas.
All right.
Yeah, that happened.
Ancient time god?
Now I know who
Yeah,
us is. That sounds perfectly in line with what you people get up to. Sure.
people.
I just sort of go with it now. Well, whatever you decide, we're gonna attack the camps no matter what, because we have to.
Yeah. Well, we just want to be there to help.
Yeah.
So I assume we're going to go there, and then once we figure out what's going on, we can message you and say how long we think it'll take before we're back.
All right. Well.
Well, let's sleep on it.
Yaren's in his room.
I'll go bother him.
Before I go to bed, I'm going to do my potion.
Sure.
So this is when I do the air.
Yeah, and you find places to.
I'll
You
eat
got
out of
places to
100
stay.
days.
Dear Ernesto, I'm still not dead. Hey, love you.
And he replies, "Great, I'm glad. I also am
Also
not dead.
am not dead.
Love you too." You head into Yaren's room.
No, I'm just
Yaren's sort of library. He's still got like a mountain of books. It's grown even bigger that he's like already read.
good.
He's not taking care of
Lord.
this. Currently in this like reading this huge dusty tome, like this with his hands.
Old
and-
book smell.
Hello.
Oh hi.
Hello there.
What's up?
Hello there. Are you good read you got there?
It's really boring. It's currently going into the numbers of various tribes. And it's listing them very specifically by the numbers of each tribe. It's really not helping me learn how to kill a god.
Yeah,
though.
I was going to ask if that was at all relevant.
I mean, supposedly this book gets into sort of metaphysical, like how gods come to be and that sort of thing.
Could you just skip to that part?
Well, I don't want to miss anything.
Oh.
I am a fast reader, so it should be okay. This is a particularly
dry,
boring part.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds awful.
The number of the Luddites were 5,428.
In which era?
This was, I don't know, this was before the Empire came here, so a long time ago.
Long time ago. Now they're all dead now.
Yep.
Well, it's good to see you. We are finally released from our hell contract,
Yes, that's good.
which is great.
I felt it.
Because now, when I die,
Hey,
I'll
you
go
get
up
to go to my
your
place.
lovely
Yeah,
realm.
yeah, it's
now
nice
that it's
there.
all put back together.
50-50.
Yeah. Or I'll get taken by bonus. You know, I don't know.
It's not 30-30 or 33-33.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's a more even divide now. However, we're trying to help Johanna prepare for
The camps,
the
yeah.
siege of the camps. Also, trying to figure out how many of these stones we should collect before deconnecting Morlos
Right.
from the specifically the conjuration one, because we want to take care of that before they go into
Well,
the
that would be a
camps.
good one to get rid of.
Yeah.
Causes lots of problems.
But I just wanted to pick your brain if I could on some
Sure.
god
I'd
shit.
stop reading about numbers of
Yeah.
various tribes.
In your readings, or just like in your time, have you run into a god called Shamash?
Shamash, yeah. I mean, he's a big, scary death guy. Really sort of despises the idea of life. Sort of the opposite of any sort of life god.
And does he frequently overtake mortals?
I mean, from what I know, I'm a young god, obviously, but from what I know, I think he finds like favorites, people he can use, and any amount of using is good. But I don't think it's really him that he wouldn't
That does it.
No, I mean, but the followers, necromantic followers of Shamash tend to be extremely powerful in the particular necromancy arts. He grants a lot of power in that sort of area.
Yeah. The necromancer of the camps.
Right. Very powerful, that one.
Yes.
Legions of undead under their
Yes.
power.
And while we were in Exim, at this point years ago, was one of our allies.
Interesting.
And I have reason to believe that she used to be a follower of Ouija's. I have reason to believe that she was overtaken by Shamash or another necromancer
Right,
that
right.
had it out for her.
Well, that sucks. I mean,
Yeah.
she must still be in there if that
Well,
sort of thing
that's
happens.
kind of why I'm curious if you've ever heard of ways to remove that sort of influence.
I mean, if you...
Whack 'em
depends
hard
on...
enough?
Well, if there's some sort of enchantment that's making it happen, then, I don't know, you could try to just force it out with anything that would remove a curse or that sort of thing might help. Or greater restorating. That's generally the way that you get rid of that sort of thing.
Right.
I don't know this specific case. Maybe it's really, really held on.
I don't know either. And the other question, could it be like held in an object? Like,
Possibly.
Could the force of control be held?
I mean, that would be a cursed object, right?
Yes. No, and I think...
That sort of thing happens all the time.
Yeah, and I'm reflecting on my time with Sorna.
Mm-hmm.
And reflecting on the skull in particular that she said was her dead mother's.
Yep, her mom's skull.
Does that seem like it still holds up? Can I roll, like, would that be something I could do insight on?
It was a skull, and it seemed to help her do her powers with Ouija's.
Okay, and the magic resembled like that of Kieran's when I've seen it. Okay.
The only time it didn't was when she wasn't herself in the Balhanath fight on the road
Right.
in Taylor once.
Yeah, right.
And when she closed the portal
Right.
that was bringing said Balhanath onto the road.
So, like, when she needed that surge of power, that's when her magic seemed to be different.
Changed completely, and her voice too.
Okay.
So that
And it
was
did,
up
and
with the
at
floating
that
and
moment
the
in
sleep
time,
thing.
it didn't, like, reflecting on it, I can't find anything that, like, seemed to be where that resonated
Not that I
from.
can, no,
Okay.
not that I can remember.
Yeah.
I kind of want to listen to it again because I
Yeah.
don't believe she used her skull
Okay.
when she was not herself.
Cool.
She didn't. I remember that. She wasn't using it.
Okay.
Specifically not.
Cool. So, you excited? The last thing I want to do is break this poor girl's dead mother's skull.
That's fair. I mean, that
She
seems like
seems to be
a...
very attached to that. So if that's not a cursed object, I don't want to be going for it. Okay, so that's question number one's kind of taken.
Well, if it is cursed, you can remove the curse.
Right,
And
instead
it should break that connection without breaking the object anyway.
Okay, well that would be good. I guess.
Any
we
other
can give it a go.
questions? Keep me from having to read this dumb book.
Actually, yes.
Uh-huh.
Another. So I don't know if you've come to any other revelations on how to, kill a god.
Not to kill him. I'm getting there. I think I'm gonna have to go to other planes
Well,
and
boy.
find their libraries.
Oh boy. Well, don't get stuck.
I won't.
But then.
That happened in very specific circumstances. There was a whole ritual where we locked ourselves away, and then so that was a whole specific thing.
It's more of a phrase.
Here's a book about it.
I will not read it.
Hands you a book that's like this glowing, not even. It's like quite ahistorical. Like this, they took a lot of liberties to make like the final battle against Morlos this very less dirty.
Hardin Hightown.
Lily
Barracks
takes it
address.
and goes, I will put it on my reading list, and then tosses it into the big pile.
Great. Yeah, that's my girl. All right.
Oh my God.
But when we, if you know anything else about like disconnecting Morlos from his stones,
Well,
and from
those-
that source of power.
Those stones, like, I don't know exactly, but if he's tied himself so to the stones, you're gonna have to go in and you might see, like, since it's him inside of it, I'm guessing you will see something very associated with Morlos inside of each one.
Right. I think
Like memories, perhaps.
that would be neat. I think what I'm trying, what I want to make sure I'm avoiding is like that we go into the stone and all of a sudden we're in another realm, but not only another realm, like in a huge fucking land that we have to navigate inside of that realm. But it's going to take us like a week inside the stone in order to like free it.
I don't know how to. I mean, we could, if we looked at the stones, we might be able to cast something to see inside of it. But scrying doesn't work over planes, and if that is a separate plane, then that's going to be difficult to do. You could do divination about it. I could, if I'm in this weird avatar form, right? But if you had a god who is in their more omnipresent state or omniscient state,
We get it. I have to
they
do it.
might be able to give you some more information.
Oh, Kieran!
Things that
And things that have not come to pass.
No, that's scrying.
That is scrying.
Just said scrying wouldn't work.
Well, it's scrying. We don't know if it'll work. We don't actually know if this is a completely different plane.
Anything above level 6 requires the jug.
This is very annoying.
Guiding bolt at the 7th level. How incredibly inconvenient.
You drop
Anybody
it
have any
once
water?
and you're like, fuck.
I'm out. Can't cast any way.
Give me my water skin. Sorry.
Excellent.
Distracted from it.
Now that we've completed.
So they're looking for you.
Well, that's very helpful. I'll have Kieran take a look at that and see maybe if Joss knows anything.
And I, from what I know about the stones and the sort of manifesto we read earlier, it's each one is going to be different. So if you go inside one, it might be very straightforward, and if you go inside another, it might be an entire land. It's going to completely depend on. You can make an educated guess, I guess, or a complete guess based on what the stone specifically is. Like the conjuration one might have something to do with Morlos creating something, maybe. The evocation one is going to have to do with something, deadly.
Exploding?
Yeah. So.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that knowledge. I'll have Kieran take a look. I just want to give Johanna an accurate timeline for when we can actually get stuff done.
I would hurry up.
Yeah, no, I mean, excuse you.
No, I'm sorry. That came off way ruder than I was really aiming for. I meant that I think liberating the camps is a really important thing.
Yes.
In its efforts.
All right. Well,
Nathaniel needs us.
yeah. And so does I miss Vidar. I miss his face when we tell him about our exploits. He just looks so.
He's not gonna know how to react. when
No.
we
I
catch
still
up.
want like a chibi drawing of him going, and with the things we tell this man behind him as like a
So
shirt.
we got a house, but it's like not a real house. It's like in another dimension, and there was like a
We tell
fucking
this
witch
man.
there that like. Oh.
Very tired.
All right.
It's like, and now Nala can fly, and
And Lilia can fly too under very specific circumstances.
Except Win. Wait, no, Win can
Win
fly
can
too
fly now.
You can fly too.
Kieran
yep.
sold his soul, even though it was already sold, to another
Well, you'll have to tell Vidar when you find it.
dear Vidar.
Oh, I'm so glad I'm liberated from those camps. They were horrible.
have so
and then
much
you just
to
like
tell
vomit
you.
your life on
Sees
him.
us walking
He's like,
in the distance
And
towards
he's like, I'll
him.
go back to the
no.
camp
Yeah.
things.
take me back.
Take these
Fucking weirdo.
I miss the
Like,
silence.
at least my mind was at peace.
Miss the silence.
Amazing.
All right. Now what? What are we doing?
Just first thing
Sleeping.
go up to Fiona. Did you know
Sleeping.
Nigel fucks?
Jesus.
Unless there's any other like
Oh, no.
late night.
Famously, yes.
He's
yes.
like, yeah.
Unless there's any other late night things.
So,
But maybe there will be.
is there anything else y'all would like to do this evening?
Kieran, you
I
said
did my
you have a
enchanting.
spell that restores body parts?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's regeneration or whatever it's called. Regenerate.
Do you want a body part?
I'm gonna pop out the eye.
Oh my god.
If we are walking into the beginning of the end, I need my senses to be
I
as
need
clear
my
as
depth
possible.
perception back.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Wait,
the
that means
fuck?
you're gonna have another attunement slot.
Does this require monetary contribution for it?
A prayer wheel and holy water. So no.
Oh, okay.
That's all you need to regrow
It's a 7th level
body
spell, though. It
part?
takes
It
a
is
lot
a
of
7th
energy.
level,
You have to be a
You
very...
want this? I can give you this cube of force that I'm not using.
Maybe, yeah.
Hey, you've used that for some fascinating and interesting
Yeah,
ways.
yeah.
That's
Very-
a fun
very
little
handy.
item.
Cube of
that
Force
one.
is so good.
It's really nice.
I don't have that spell right now.
Oh,
So
You can do it tomorrow.
tomorrow.
morning.
Yes.
Tomorrow I can divine things and
Yes.
grow
Put the eye back in.
eyeballs.
The target severed body members, fingers, legs, tails, and so on, if any, are restored after
Just
2
had
minutes.
a horrifying thought about
If you have the severed part and hold it to the stump, the
industry
spell instantaneously causes
in
the
the
limb to
hells.
knit.
Yeah, nice.
What was that?
I had a horrifying realization about the eyeball industry in the hells.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Like
You're
if
gonna need
somebody's
an
eyes
eyeball
were like
crops.
particularly tasty, they just keep regenerating those eyeballs.
Ugh.
Every morning you get your eyeballs back and they pop them
Yeah,
out.
it's a form of torture.
Yeah.
It's like
It's,
They rip
you're
your spine
swinging,
out.
You're swinging
Look,
on
it's
the cages.
Malbolge's
You're
like
swinging on the
cultural dish.
It's there's a barb devil who's called the melon popper.
Oh no! All right.
the melon.
I'm just gonna
face I
draw
just
a
made
barb
is
devil with a spoon in his hand.
Oh my gross.
The melon popper.
And like that on a shirt. Actually called
like a
Oedipus
jar.
by his friends.
Oh my god. The face I just made is the face Jason makes when he's trying to frown. I'm like,
Oh my lord.
he's getting better at it. Look, progress.
It's weird. I can't even do that face. Anyway, so this evening you tell the rest of the party, I assume,
Yeah.
that what
What's
happened
going
with Yaren?
Yeah, and Kieran, can you look at the stones or like ask Weejoss if she knows anything?
You look with your eyes, not with your hands. Don't touch it, Kieran. It's staying in the bag.
Oh my god.
It's like you have to do alchemist's rules where like you don't want to touch it, but you can, you look, you can smell, you cannot taste.
Who's to say I can't taste it?
Tastes like salt. It's just a salt.
What's
lick.
it saying? Build me an army worthy of Mordor.
Imagine it probably tastes like battery.
I can look at it, but I cannot talk to Weejoss about it until tomorrow.
Deal.
I have a list of things I'm doing tomorrow.
Okay.
Are we gonna want to have to take another day if you're using like?
I don't
high
know.
level-
we don't have
No,
time.
We can't take
Okay.
another day.
Yeah, we don't really have
You're level
to.
15.
Okay, cool.
Do
cool.
multiple things in a day. I believe in you.
Sure wish I had time to read this book, though.
I mean, you can start it. You can do that while you're adventuring. You just have to say, I'm going to, for this amount of time that we're traveling, I'm going to be reading.
Great.
But yeah, I mean, you're going to have to find time to read them.
Yeah.
And tomorrow
That's right.
you've got to do the spell with reverence too. So if you want to re-up
got
it.
Yeah, if I
plans.
want to actually activate it.
So you head to bed. I'm just going to skip us forward a little bit.
Great.
The next day comes.
Is there like a limit on how long you have to read the book?
It's like
Yes.
once you
Yes.
start it, there is.
You have like a week.
A week
So you
or
have
something, and
7
you have to read
days
48 hours.
48 hours worth of the book.
Isn't he soft? So soft.
It says you like read and practice,
it's like
but you can
6
just say
days.
you read.
But
He
does.
looks good.
You wake up the next day. Johanna and you had a night together
Nice.
for the first time in a long time.
With a roommate.
Yeah, well, R.A. Travala made like a magical barrier and stuff. And,
She's like, I don't want to hear this.
Or does she? No.
Like, hey, Ari!
That she said.
Ari, what are
she
you
told
doing
them
tonight?
it's
Sphere
a
oh
very-
yeah, there's a barrier, guys.
What's this?
I can't see you or
can't
hear
hear
you.
you. No.
Sphere protection. 7th level spell. Totally did it.
That's why we need Sorna back so we can have that igloo.
Oh yeah,
I
that was
miss
cool.
that.
By the way,
fucking igloo.
people were talking about that spell on the internet, like
Because it's
It's
huge.
way bigger
It's
than like
huge.
how people assume
Yeah.
it is.
Because it's a 10.
10-foot
Foot
radius.
radius.
Yeah.
It's huge.
So
It's a
that's
massive.
okay.
What was it? Leomund's average yurt is what somebody called it.
Yeah.
It's
That's like
Lehman's
the
tiny
length of
bigger
your
hut.
than this
entire
place. Yeah, it's
apartment,
huge. It's huge.
Average year. That's a band name.
Lehman's tiny hut, I think it is.
That's not Leomund's tiny hut. That's Leomund's average yurt. It just made me laugh a lot. Anyway, the next day, what are you doing? I want to get to the divination and regeneration stuff before we leave.
I would,
Well, I
first
guess
thing,
we're
try
doing
and
that
find
before we go
Reverence.
anywhere.
Okay, so you head over to Reverence.
West.
You find the house.
Yeah.
And it's morning, so they're like coming out. Kimba
Tool
Tool Imrid is there with Reverence, and they're sort of talking about stuff as they come out of the house. And Imrid like looks over and goes, "Oh, it is you. It is very good to see you." And shakes your hand.
Such a pleasure to finally see you again, Kimbatuli.
It has been
You as
a
well,
difficult
Reverence.
sort of amount of months. I think this was his voice.
Yeah,
Mm.
it was down low.
It has been a difficult time, but it is I'm glad to be here. You know Reverence, of course.
Of course, I'm very
And
pleased
Reverence
to
is like,
see you,
hello, it
Reverence.
is good to see you. We are just heading to the college. If you want to walk and talk with us, do you need something?
Yes, and I will pretty much let Reverence know. I
Yes,
found
the
everything.
spell. You have everything.
Found everything, and
Wonderful.
I have questions though.
Okay. Well, let us go to the school, and if you want to do the ritual and figure that out, then let's do that.
Of course.
You go to the college. They have been given like a room, like one of the empty classrooms, and what they've been doing, they seem to be working on just like additional weaponry and that sort of thing for the soldiers. They're just helping the challenge now. And they also have sort of a divinatory glass that's constantly showing Tertiva. Just like a security cam of Tertiva, just to see if anything changes there, because that is obviously where they would like to get back to at some point. Currently, it's full of devils and stuff. Like they're not devils, but angels and whatnot. It is taken over. Reverend's like, all right, this is our base of operations. What questions were you asking?
Specifically, after we finish the re-enchanting of the book,
Yes.
will it immediately go into the 7-day?
It shouldn't. It should still operate the same way. I think, at least,
Yeah,
it should
it's just
still operate the same way.
Once I finish the last page, then suddenly it's going
yes,
to.
it's gonna. I mean, sucks for someone 100 years from now, but
These are desperate times.
yes, I would say so.
That's pretty much it. I just wanted to make sure because I
Make
do
sure.
have a busy schedule. I can't immediately start reading.
For
this,
sure. I
think.
mean, I created this sort of regeneration spell. It should work. It hasn't been done before, so it's what we
pull
got.
out the 20 grand worth of jade and amber.
Yes, so the
Nice.
huge amounts of jade and amber, and what you have to do is like you take it and you encase it, like you put a bed of the amber in it, and you put the book on it, and you put all the rest of the amber, and then all the jade on top of it. And the spell takes an hour to cast, and you use so Nala is there with Reverence, casting in the center of this room, and eventually the amber fully encases, like combines into one and encases this book, and the jade itself sort of seems to disintegrate into dust, and the dust goes inside of the amber, and you see that the book is like lighting up. And over the next hour, each piece of jade disintegrates and goes into the amber encasement, and once you're finished, the book sort of sets itself down as it was floating in the ritual, and it's still encased in amber, and Reverence is like, does anyone have a hammer?
I actually do have.
Oh,
one.
great. I think we need to get it out of its sort of encasement now.
Okay, so I'll take a little tiny climbing pitone and
Just
trying around the edge. So I'm
Yep.
not-
So you delicately get it out, and eventually it just falls off, and you are left with what looks like a brand new and clean magical copy of that kind of book, which I forget what the name is.
Yeah, Tome of Leadership.
Tome of Leadership.
Nice.
So I will thank Reverence and Kimbatsu Imrid. Apologize that I wish I could spend more time with them.
It's all
but
right. I
do
mean, we
have
have lots to do here, but I am glad you are fighting the good fight. Hopefully, once Tertiva is back up and running, we can, talk more about the wonders of magic and whatnot.
I hope your students are doing well here at this college. as well.
The ones who were able to escape with us are fine. The ones who are not
I see Fred.
less fine.
Did I see Fred? Was that his name? The guy that had the girlfriend?
Oh,
Random student.
you didn't see him
Yeah.
on the path here, so he may be. You don't know exactly which students
Cool.
were rescued. But cool. So you have that now.
Thank you. Got it.
Yeah.
All right, everyone else.
Kieran,
Kieran.
you're a busy little bee this morning.
You're gonna
Yeah.
give Win back his eye right now, or divination first?
I think when I get up, I'm gonna go to Wynn's room because I don't know if Wynn wants me to tell everybody I'm giving him his eyeball back.
Yeah.
I don't know how private we're being with the eyeball game.
It can be a surprise. I'm cool with that.
So I go before anybody else comes, and I'm like, "Do you want to do it now? Do you want to do
Talk to
it
him.
later? Do you want some time
Sure, we can do
with
it now.
your old eyeball before I give
No,
you
it's
a
all
new
right.
eyeball?"
I mean, I'm not gonna throw it away.
That's fair. I would hope not. You should take it out before I cast a spell,
Oh,
though, because
that's
I
true.
do not know what would happen if I regenerate.
Pushes it out really quickly.
Underneath the old one.
Excuse me while I vomit.
But so you take your prayer wheel out and you splash holy water on him or something.
Roll it down his face.
Yeah. Heal.
Here we just might my friend have his eyeball.
Dear mom.
Dear mom, Wynn needs depth perception to fight
And
a god.
the magic goes into Win's body, and you just feel really good for like an hour anyway, because regeneration just makes you heal real good. And
sore
also you
muscles are
feel this
not-
really weird tingly sensation in your eye area, your socket. And Kieran, you're left with the weirdest image of your life as you look at Win.
watch him
as,
grow
as
a
it,
new
like,
eyeball.
and sort of
balloon coming.
Oh my god.
I
becomes.
hate this.
You see it like attached, like because it's got the retina and
Yeah.
everything attached,
Oh,
and it starts as like a little ball and starts growing inside of it. It's like wiggling, and then it goes, and eventually, Win
That's
sort
the
of
tingle
blinks,
right there.
and it
color?
takes a second to like to focus, but suddenly, yes, you have your eye back.
For the first time in how long?
So you were like a...
Long
It's
time.
been
It's been.
were you a teenager or were you a kid? when you
I
opened
was
that
like
safe?
I was 15.
Yeah.
So it's been
20 years.
It's been 20 years
lived
since I had
long
an
enough-
eye.
You lived longer without your
Yeah, like 18
Someone
years.
stepped it out of my face hole.
No.
It was like a
Stop
a
that.
trap in a safe, right?
Yeah, we were recovering some magic artifact, and it turned its attack on me.
When we are.
Cool.
Now you've got 2 you can lose.
Heyo.
Well, thank you, Kieran.
No
I feel
problem.
You're like,
great,
oh, I
buddy."
can tell the door is that far away now. How nice. Nah, you would have adapted to one eye.
Now it's gonna. You gotta readapt.
Now you gotta
now.
readapt.
Yeah,
I was
to it.
imagining that the
weird.
magical
I'm gonna
eye
be
gave like
stumbling a lot,
vague
so
sense of
don't
depth
judge.
perception.
It did, yeah.
It only takes your brain about 2 weeks
Yeah, it doesn't take
to
long.
readjust fully.
All right, so you
Thank
all gather
I'm
up.
just gonna take that eye, look at it, and just like put it in my pocket.
We'll get you like a necklace.
At some point late
Turn
morning,
it into like a belt buckle.
you gather. I'll say, Nala, you did your stuff really early.
Yeah, I
and,
got up.
So you all gather.
Win. What the fuck?
What? What? Wait a minute. What?
Win has an eye. That's not the eye.
Oh, it's
know?
not stone anymore.
Oh.
What?
This was the eye I was born with. I grew it back.
You wake up like that? I grew it back.
I don't think
not
that's
untrue.
how eyeballs.
Technically, that is what happened.
grew back.
Kieran, that's a really nice thing that you did. I assume. Did Kieran do that for you?
Kieran
It was
Very
a
good
consensual
thing.
eye growing. He asked for it. I didn't just grow his eyeball
Oh
back
wow,
in the
Win,
night.
you really are going full into, changing.
Midnight barber.
Yeah.
Well, why not?
The midnight
It's the
eye
end of the
thrower.
world.
Just in there.
Might as
In the
well
night.
try and be a better
But,
person.
you
back
know,
your eyeballs.
this is a great plan for afterwards, you know?
My plan being no plan?
Of being something else, you know? Having your eye back.
Well,
It's a metaphor.
You have your eye back.
I have
and
my soul
I
back.
I have my
myself
eye
back.
I have my eye back.
Yeah. And then Kieran killed himself.
Which gun did you use?
Thoughts.
So,
thank you, Kieran. You've given me an amazing gift.
No problem, buddy. Didn't cost me any money or anything. It was great.
Some water.
Grow people's shit back all the time.
Would you like to divine?
Would I like to? No. Will I?
Please?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you need emotional support?
What are we doing?
I'm here for
Divining
you,
the
friend.
stones,
Right.
So that way we know, like...
Actually, no.
is it
I
gonna
don't
take
mind
us a
talking to
week in the
Ouija.
stones?
That's my
Is it
next-
gonna take us
Oh,
an
okay.
hour?
I'm
Like-
not creeped out or afraid of her at all.
And after we divine the stone,
That sounded
stones, are we going to
sarcastic, but it
Gathlando?
wasn't.
Is that the plan?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's do that.
I will. A sacrificial offering appropriate to your religion.
You take.
Everybody screams.
I'll just grow
like,
back.
It's been time.
I cut my eye out.
Oh my god.
Honestly, that I would look cool on you.
A sacrificial offering?
Yeah.
Appropriate to the religion.
Yeah, you don't. It doesn't have to be like.
Guess you like.
It doesn't have to
do
be
you-
a limb.
That
do
could
you-
be a flower. I mean,
Yeah. Do you have like a? Do you have any dirt from a gravesite? Or anything?
Yeah, it's one of my spell components here.
sure. You give an offering, and you set up the spell.
Oh, it's
Which
together.
Which stone
at
are you
least
defining
25
about?
gold.
Are you just defining about all stones? What do
No,
you do?
the conjuring one.
We have the conjuration and the evocation.
Yeah, I will give forth the conjuration.
And which specific spell are you using?
Divination.
Divination.
The 4th level.
Right. Single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days.
How long
The
will
question
it
is-
take us
yeah.
to remove Morlos from the stone?
Morlos' influence from the stone. I like that.
Yes.
That kind of wording.
That is an event that will happen in 7 days.
Great. That.
You're gonna die in 7 days.
Okay, you ask, how long will it take?
Dear Ouijas, it's me, Kieran. How long will it take for us to... Yeah, you get it.
I imagine that sigh came from Ouija's first.
She likes me.
Like Kieran just hears,
I think she goes, I like this little human. He's neat.
Are
like
you
her-
there,
I'm like
Ouija?
her eye.
It's me, Kieran.
It's nice.
She's like, he's adorable. And it's like, he's a 57-year-old man. No, he's cute.
That's me
that's
with
what the
most
rest of the
dads
bone
in
arrow
me.
did.
That's like what everyone thinks.
Cowboy.
So you cast a spell,
man.
and you feel the energy go out, and a little while later you hear,
I don't know.
"If everything goes well, less than a day."
Great.
Handy.
And I know that divination
If.
doesn't work this way,
That's a
but I'll
big
do
if.
like a thank you. You're the best.
Peace.
We out here.
Word to your mother.
Great.
Sure.
death. Woo. Thanks.
Okay.
I appreciate you.
So-
She said less than a day. And if
everything
things
goes well. So let's assume 1 to 3 business days.
yes. She's like 3 minutes and 26 seconds.
Excellent.
Specifically.
Nailed it.
Okay. Well, that's good news, I suppose.
If everything goes well.
Also, I do also think it's smarter for us to get another stone before we start destroying them, because once we do that, they're just going to lock down security on the rest of them so much harder.
Yeah.
This is very fortunate that this kind of fell into our laps.
I think we just need to take advantage of that. So.
Yeah, I think you're right.
How are we getting to go?
Alright.
Are we housing?
I know the
or-
tree.
Oh.
I know
Yeah,
the tree.
we
So
can just
teleport
transport
to the
there.
tree?
Yeah.
Okay.
I should say goodbye to Johanna, just to make sure she knows that we're going, but we'll be back soon, like very soon.
ASAP.
ASAP Rocky. And
Johanna.
then we can go.
Right. You go over to find Johanna.
Kieran, on behalf of Lilia.
Johanna is eating breakfast at the camping.
Oh, thanks. I'll do
Well, it was wonderful.
Finish me.
Last night was nice.
Gay.
God damn it.
I swear to fucking God.
Which one?
All of them. Yeah, I wish.
The oldest and least mature bone arrow.
I really wish that I could stay for longer. We gotta go. We're gonna go to Gothlando. It should be a quick trip, at least initially. We just have to figure out what's going on there
Right.
with Iona Bloodworth, and then we'll come back. Honestly, hopefully within a day or two.
Well, good luck. I wish you luck.
Thanks.
And I care a lot about you and try not to die. I will do the same.
Yes, please. I was about to say right back at you.
Isn't that Kieran?
Imagine Kieran's
We
just, like,
just bless you.
lurking on the other side of the booth. Like.
And she'll like kiss you and say, "All right, kick some ass."
We'll be
talk
back soon.
Soon, yeah.
Yeah, in like I said, a day or two. This
All
is
right.
going to be quick.
Great.
Yeehaw.
We live a weird, bizarre life.
I
don't
am really excited for when unprecedented times can
we?
end.
Stop.
Yeah.
That'd be really nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's no way we're just projecting.
Correct.
right now.
Ouch.
Not at all. Not at all.
Hate that.
All right. I'm going to go meet back up with everybody.
All right. Good
love
luck.
you dearly, and
Love you
I
too.
will be back soon.
Wonderful. And as you head back to your group, you get ready to go to Gothlando. And we'll end our session there
Yeah.
Woo!
We did it.
because
We
I didn't
sure
expect you to go to Gothlando that fast. So
Hey,
I have a little document started, but it's
nice.
not sure. Where did you? Just into the conjurations.
Yeah, that was our plan too. And then,
And then
that
happened.
Yeah.
that carrot got dangled in front.
Anyway, thank you all for listening. We'll see you next time.
Bye.